Waiting on the will of heaven today. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. Listen for the good news coming my way. Waiting on the will of heaven today. Stay there. Waiting on the will of heaven today. Walking in circles, stealing all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around. Yeah, yeah. Smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon, looking around. The waves come crashing down. Now, yeah, yeah, I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. On the will today. Waiting on the will of. Hello, everyone. Let me get some names. The top, stay there. Sherry Sunshine. Hi, Sherry. The waves come crashing down. 0075. Whoa, interesting. Sweetie Face. You've been here before. Sweetie Face. Oh, okay. Sounds desperate. Okay. All right. Well, you're marked. You got a box already. Cha. Hey, Cha. Cha Edwin Ophiuchus. Sherry. Coming my way. Janelle. Hello, Janelle. Good evening. Good evening, Janelle. I'm waiting on the will. Abby's in the house. Yay, Abby's here. Get a special mark. Cat X. Cat. Manuela. Hey, Manuela. Hi, Manuela. Incognito. You've been here before, even though you're incognito. Carisha. Hey, Carisha. Hi, Carisha. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. And there's Ms. Medley. Oh, good evening, Ms. Medley. How do you do? Ms. Medley. All right, let's put that here. Rachel, hello, Rachel. Rachel, yay. Sharon, good evening. Wherever you are, maybe it's breakfast for you. I don't really know. Shada. Hey, lots of you guys I recognize. It's like you're turning into regulars now. Rob. Hey, Rob, what's up? What's up, Rob? Greetings. Nice to have you. Dostoevsky's here, the author. Yes. Reborn. Dosto. Yay. Let me see what else. Oh, I'm missing some names. Jean, I got Jean. I see you, Jean. Gotcha. I hope I say that correctly, you know, because, you know, we're not talking right now. Hey, Precious. Oh, dear. What's going on? Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to catch up. Wait a minute. There's a lot more people here than the numbers say. That's crazy. All sun brings the light. Listen for the good news. BSU. Yay. Giggles. Hey, Giggle. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Precious. Hi, Precious. Let's have a look here. Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Let's have a look. Mary Michael. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to another page now. Mary M. Okay, we got that. Hold on, let's go over here. And another, wait a minute, are there two Patricias here? Just Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to the room. So people, so let's have a look. Hold on, let's Laurie. Laurie, you're new. Laurie Stottlemyre. That's too long to fit on here. I'm just going to say Laurie S. Okay, I hope you don't mind. Maria Almeida. Hi, Maria. In case there's another Maria, just, you know, we'll figure it out. Hey, Primary. Hi, how are you doing? Yes, good evening. I know you've been very busy. Let's have a look. Hold on. What? I don't know. Moon Demand. Oh, okay. The moon of the evening or something from Aussie. An Aussie. We got an Aussie in the room, people. Staring at the moon. Listen to the waves come crashing. Thank you, Rebecca. Yay. Check mark. Flattery works here on this show, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. Elizabeth. Good evening, Elizabeth. Elizabeth's a first timer. It's okay. All of us are first timers. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. Well, Sharon, I have to tell you, it's been kind of weird and crazy here. Been doing huge amounts of work behind the scenes to keep the channel alive, to keep it going, because it got really crushed a few weeks ago, and we're now kind of, you know, doing the cleanup campaign, and it's working. Yeah. Okay. I know, 5,000. Look at that. It's like 5,850 subscribers. That's huge for a tarot channel. Well, the big ones are like 50,000. But you know, we can do it. You got it. Janelle. I got you. Hey, Flutterby, what's up? Flutterby's in the house. Flutterby's in the house. Yay. Wait a minute, where's Bianca? I didn't see that earlier. Bianca. I don't see how to spell the last one. Let's have a look. Listen for the good news coming my way. Okay, this is what we've got so far. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. All right, I'm just going to close the music window for a moment just to check on some names, everybody. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to the show. It is Tarot Lumination Sunday Live. As you know, I don't know if you can see all the names here, but if I've missed your name, please, like, I don't know how to do it. Do something crazy on the screen where it goes absolutely berserk and I can see it. So I'm going to turn on the house lights now. I forgot. I took on. Okay, so here we are. Let's take off the stage lights here and here, and we're going to go back to the house lights. This is the show. This is where we are, people. Let's do it properly. Hello and welcome to Terra Illumination Sunday Night Live. Yes, it's your chance for a mini reading, people. And it is Sunday, September the 10th, 2017, and it's a little after 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And guess what? Your name could be here. Yes, yes, it's truly possible. That's what we do on this show. We give people a chance to have a micro mini reading. So let's put all the names out that I've counted so far. Can you see all of the names here? Hold on, let me do this again. Let's get organized. Let's get really, really organized. So let's see if I've missed anybody. Okay, so Kat is praying for a reading. I know Sweetie is desperate for a reading. Kat, obviously, definitely needing one. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's just have a look. Cha Edwin, that's quite spectacular here on the screen, I have to tell you. That is, looks like you're a Sagittarius and you're very loving. And, interesting, yes. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Did I get Suzanne? Did I see Suzanne's name? I think I missed you. Yes, I missed you. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Okay, hold on. Stay. I know sometimes the readings go crazy. You notice how they go in clusters, BSU? So let's have a look. Karen, I love you. Missed me on your list. Please add me. Aha! Wow, how did you do that, Karen? How the heck did you do that? That looks, it pops up on the screen big time here. It's okay, I can see it now. That was very, very cool. That really jumped out. Now I just missed somebody. Who was it? Suzanne, I think. Suzanne, here. Okay, so let's see. Are we up to date? Hey, tell him who would be about my ex. Could you pick some special? Oh, okay. All right, Rebecca. So, Rebecca is kindly offering, it sounds like you're offering your spot or your chance of a spot to someone else who really, really needs it. So we'll just automatically award that to Sweetie or Cat X straight out of the box, okay? Because they sounded pretty, like they're in pretty dire straits. Now, oh, Maria, thank you. I see you. Got you. Thanks, Maria. I'm going to keep an eye, close eye on the screen at the moment. Hold on. I got to go over to the side here. Let's have a look. Laurie. Laurie is screaming, hey, give me a reading. Did I put you on the list even? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Let's have a look. Heather. Heather. Hey, Heather. What's going on? Wait a minute. Who just shot at Laurie? Laurie is screaming. Hey, 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 pick me, pick me. Heather's in the house, people. Heather just arrived. Welcome, Heather. She just landed. She's going through clearance and immigration right now. Okay, that's awesome. I hope you didn't bring anything that'll keep you behind the security line. You know, it's incredibly tough to get into this show. As you know, this is the most exclusive show on the internet, and only the most important people in the world actually are here right now. And that's just how it is, because we're very, very picky. We're very, very selective. And it's just how it is. And I don't have any problem with that. Thank you very much. Michelle, I don't think I put you on there, did I? I'm not seeing a Michelle here. No, no, no. Michelle, you're going on the list. Even if you don't want a reading, you're going on the list. Okay, because we keep records here. Everything here is filed away in the massive vaults of the Terra Illumination World Headquarters. Okay. See, let's have a look. Hey, Cha, what's going on? Somebody put this message is held for review. Wow, what does that mean? I have no idea. Hey, Daleth. Hey, Daleth. Now, somebody was... Okay, I'm missing things here. I'm clearly missing things. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. As you know, this is a highly professional operation, and yet at times we have our moments where we struggle with the technology. As you know, there's a massive backstage crew that does a lot of work during the week just to get ready for this show tonight. But, you know, they're off right now. They're kind of relaxing. I think they're off in the Bahamas this weekend. No, they're not because of all the storms. I think they flew off to Bali. Yeah, all the backstage crew are over in Bali right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, Nat, Nat L. What's natural? Okay, natural. I'll just call you Nat L. Natural. Okay, natural. Natural TL. Natural. Like nachos. Okay, there we go. A cozy girl. Hey, cozy girl. Hey, cozy girl. I'm just going to call you cozy girl, if you don't mind, because it fits on the page nicely. You see? Oh, so Patricia, you can see things now. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. You know what, Rachel? I just saw your thing come up there. I am being very, very careful now with the YouTube community guidelines because the channel, Terra Illumination channel, has been under very heavy scrutiny, and we want to keep it good and free and fun for everybody. So I have to do a lot of cleanup campaign, and sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to treat myself in the ways that I've done in the past. But still, we're going to have a fun evening, people. There's nothing to stop you guys hanging out and having a lot of fun. Wait a minute. Well, Donald, you just go right ahead and help yourself. There's absolutely nothing stopping you for having a little beverage. Wait a minute. Incognito. Where's Incognito? You sound pretty much like you're... I mean, it's pretty please kind of a sound here. So let's have a look at boxed wine from Costco. Okay. Well, I'm a bit of a wine snob, you know. I actually use my wine in bottles, and I get my wine from Two Buck Chuck. Only it's now $2.50 a bottle. That's how sophisticated we are here at Tower Illumination. So, thanks, Cat X. Thank you. It's like this channel is going to be God has it in hand. Yes, that's what we needed to hear. It's like, so I'm not on my own, people. Definitely not on my own. There's a lot of angelic support here for this channel. It's very weird. Oh, how do I spell that? Wait, height. Hey, RLQ height. I've lost the screen. Height. Oh, like Haight Ashbury or something up in the trendy San Francisco area. Something like that, maybe. Let's see, what have we got here? We got quite a few people. Should we just start doing some readings and go crazy? Or are we going to have a chit-chat and hang out? Or, you know, we can do the chit-chat stuff at the end. I wouldn't mind. So I wouldn't mind. Look at Karen. Look what. How do you people do that stuff with these little squiggles and pictures? Wait a minute. Karen is already on her 6th glass. That is shocking. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Miss Medley. It's true. These eclipses have been huge. These are monumental. It's probably the biggest series of eclipses that have happened since 1776. Apparently, that's what I learned. So that's a freaking big deal. Now, I don't think it's any surprise coming up soon that with Pluto in Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn coming up in 2018, it's going to hit really big in January 2020. So I'm just giving you a heads up right now. I'm hoping that Terra Illumination is going strong and you're all going to be here in January 2020 because we're probably all going to have to hold on to each other really, really tight to get through this. Okay? some way or other, somehow. All right, so the next new moon, Elizabeth, is on September the 19th over here on the West Coast. So it's not too far away. We're looking at, maybe 10 days from now. The next new moon is a Virgo. It's 10 days from now. All right, so let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I know also. The Aquarians are under a lot of pressure at the moment, because of the eclipses. I mean, it's all happening in your 7th house of relationship. So anyway, you know what? We got enough names to get started here with pulling a few, and then we'll dig into it in a little while. So let's pull some names here so we can see what's going on. How about we start with Cat? Okay, let's put some names up here. Stay there, everybody. I'm starting to pull names. We're kind of cherry picking. I'm listening to the people who scream the loudest, and we're seeing if that works tonight. Cat X, you're up. And let's pull a couple names to get in line so we kind of have an idea what's happening. Then we've got Incognito. And we're going to do Incognito. Trying to fit it all on the page here, Yeah, that's what we do. And then we'll pull one more for now. We're going to go over to Loon. Loon in Australia. Okay, I'm just going to put you in the box anyway. I hope you don't mind. Loon from Aussie land. Loon, and then it's an apostrophe, L-U-N, from Aussie land. Okay, that's enough to get us started. And then we're going to keep going. As you know what we do. So let's get organized. We're going to have some fun now. I hope you're all braced. I hope you're all ready. What are you doing, Cha? What are you doing? Oh, God. Shada. Okay, hold on. Shada is screaming. I just noticed that on the screen. You have to understand, dear viewers, this is highly random because it's hard for me to watch the screen and do the show at the same time. So if I miss you and you're screaming on the screen and I miss it, I'm sorry. Maybe try again in a little while. But we've got some, startup. We've got some start. We got to start here, okay? So let's just kind of do that and see what happens, okay? Let's just see. Uh-oh, I saw it. I caught you, cozy girl. A cozy girl. A cozy girl. She wants one. I saw that. I noticed that. Now I put you on here somewhere, and I know I put you on here, didn't I? Cozy girl. There you are. Okay, that's enough for now. I've got to do things in stages. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last tonight. We'll see what happens. I'm going to give everybody a chance as much as we can. So here we go. This is it. This is it. And here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Big music, epic movie music in the background, or just imagine you've got your favorite, meditation spa music going on. I'm hoping that maybe a long time down the road, I don't know, but Terra Lumination is going to be making some like fun meditation and chant music, and how they have those sound bath things. Gonna put those on for you, like big sound videos, so you can switch it on while you're having a nap or having a massage or you're doing your homework or studying or something, or you just want to chill out and daydream. And I got a friend of mine who's probably going to help me, so we'll see how that all works. All right, here we go. Are you? Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to arrange the names a little bit better. I'm a little bit messy here. Sorry about that. So we'll do it like this. All right, so we're going to start with Cat. All right, let's just see if everybody can see this. It looks, oops, messy. Let's have a look. Here we go. Cat, you're up. I hope you can handle this. Did you bring your barf bag, tissues, earplugs, Q-tips, cotton buds, all of that kind of stuff. Also, um, if you brought extra goodies and stuff, please be prepared to share. There's a lot of hungry people here, and we all want to treat this like a big Tupperware party. Okay, so we're shuffled. I'm going to cut. I'm just going to cut, and then we're going to dive in, and we're going to see what happens. Now, a lot of you have seen all this stuff before. You know the drill. You know what's happening. But the difference is we're doing it live. And we're doing this one with Cat X. Okay, so here we go. Cat, I hope you're ready. Yeah, you're going to need your barf bag, probably. So, just, I hope I don't touch on too many nerves or upset you. And also remember, if this doesn't work for you, Cat, it might be the perfect reading for somebody else, because that kind of stuff happens on this weird show. I hope you don't mind. All right, settle in. Here we go. First card is up for the night. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And we're going to look at the weather in just a moment. You know what the drill is. Let's have a look. The Hanged Man. So, Cat, the environment around you is an indication that if you feel totally tripped out, or you want to trip out, you want to check out, and you want to go on some kind of, let's just say, an out-of-body experience, then don't be scared. Let yourself to do that. Allow yourself to do that. And wait a minute, hold on. I just saw something blipped up on the window. $5. Well, who's that from? Wait a minute. Oh, I don't know how to work this. Suzanne. Suzanne, okay, it's a donation. Wow. Please don't stop. Anybody who wants to donate, just go freaking crazy. Thanks. I see it. I see it on the screen. It's so cool. It's so cool. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you so much. Now what do I do? It's okay. Let's close this. Oh, now it's I don't know what to do now. It's kind of, my whole screen is shifted. Hold on. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I didn't see Marilyn. I just saw Marilyn there. Stay there. Marilyn. I got to put Marilyn on the list. I didn't put her on earlier, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I spelt that right. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's go for it. Let's freaking go for it. Oh, that was cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Kat, let's get back to you. This is your reading for you. So if you feel as though your circumstances or conditions are like pulling you into like a very detached sort of place where you're having a chance to witness your life like it's a movie, and you get a very big, broad perspective of things that you've never done or felt before, that's okay. It's perfectly natural, and it's actually perfectly healthy to do that every now and again and be that way, so that you're not always like stuck in the grind and the process of everyday living. Now, if that's happening to you by accident, it can feel very disorienting and very humbling. If you're doing it deliberately and taking advantage of the situation, great. That's what is the situation. Bam-o. So Cat X, it might feel as though your life is literally kind of a roller coaster at the moment, where it might be almost so extreme, you know, when you go on some of those big rides, and they take you to the limits of your G-forces, you know, when you're holding on and looking over the side and you are literally about to barf. It's that kind of energy. That's what I'm feeling here. And in some ways it could be very exciting, but it can also be very frightening, you know. I don't know if you've ever had to go through one of those situations, Kat, but I guarantee that Tarot Illumination has lived through one of those things where you get stuck on the big ride way at the top, and people go berserk. They start screaming because they feel like they're trapped. And I was in the big cabin with some of my buddies, and one of the girls freaked out. She started barfing over the side, and she was screaming. She said, "I'd rather die than be here." And she tried to jump out and onto the ground, which was like, you know, 100 feet down below. So me and my buddy, we had to grab her. We had to hold her by the legs and the arms in a fierce, fierce, life and death embrace. And then eventually they fixed the machine. It took half an hour. By the time everybody got down, and we all got up back onto the ground, nobody died, but there were a lot of people in trauma, and they had ambulances and stuff, and it was freaking crazy. So that's a kind of an extreme version of what we're talking about here. But if you feel a bit wobbly right now because of the, let's say, fated circumstances, just understand, Kat, it's perfectly normal and natural right now. And please understand that everything is exactly as it should be. And the key here is to live with it, okay? Allow the process to unfold. Allow the magic ride to unfold and take you where it wants to take you. Of course, that could be quite scary too. So what's the challenge? Okay, it might make you feel as though you're kind of losing your grip on reality. Well, I feel with the Queen of Pentacles here, it might feel as though your own sense of self-worth, your own sense of value, the things that you value, the people that you value, the life that you value, and the life that you've known is being really, really shaken up in a way that's disorienting, and it makes you question your own self-worth, your own worth to yourself, your own worth to others. In other words, are you getting any validation from others about how wonderful you are? Are you seeing any validation from yourself in the mirror about how wonderful and valuable you are? That's what's in question here. That's a serious problem. And maybe this is a big, big, big wake-up call for whatever it is that we do here on Tarot Illumination, which is all about self-love, loving oneself, okay? It's so, so, so important. And it's so easy to forget because we're so eager to serve and be there for others and live our lives. And even if we're very selfish oriented, we're often doing it for the purpose of, helping others. Let's have a look. How are we going to deal with this, okay? Okay, well, from my view, Cat X, I'm trying to keep this very broad and simple. I don't want to turn this into a love relationship or a life coaching session or anything like that. But for you, Cat X, what I'm feeling is that the whole point of this time period for you right now is to really, really shake you up. So it's like, hold on, everything's frozen over here, people. I don't know if you can see this right now, but I'm going to reload, okay? Everything's frozen, so I'm going to reload. The visuals have frozen, people. Stay there. I'm going to reload everything. That's freaky. That's bad. I don't know what's happening. Wait a minute. I just saw the hand move again. Something's gone wrong over here. I don't know what it is, folks. Let me have a look, if you don't mind. I'm going to close off this screen in the moment. And then, so it's not frozen on your end? Flutterby? Are you sure? Oh, okay. Well, it seems very, very weird over here because it looks like a huge delay and it's not stopping. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh man, this is weird. It's like a super high delay right now. Oh, okay, so I do see things moving. Like right now, I'm watching you guys on the screen and all the cards are still blacked out. But over here, all the cards are already turned, and I've already pulled the Hangman as your background weather. Okay, well, if you don't mind, then I'll just keep going, okay? I'm just going to keep going. So, and we're just going to have to live with this freaky weird delay. And I apologize for me freaking out here. Hey. Okay, so my feeling here for you, Cat, all right, Cat X, that's special, Cat X, is that the way to handle the situation is to allow yourself to be shaken. In other words, if I was there with you right now, we were having this little micro mini private reading, I would be trying to simulate what the cards are telling me to tell you. And what I would do is ask you to stand up. I would hold you by the shoulders and ask you to let your body go quite limp. And then I would shake you very, very hard to the left and to the right and then backwards and then forwards and say, you know, how do you feel right now? And then I would invite you to just allow yourself to say, I don't know. I feel totally weird and wobbly. And just what I would kind of do is stare you in the face and say, please, Cat X, please understand that everything is exactly as it should be. And you're just as wonderful as you are, even if you're in a totally discombobulating period of self-doubt. Everything's actually okay. And it might be that this whole big shakeup here that's going on here, this like up and down roller coaster thing where you're getting to the point of feeling like it's an out of body experience, that is what's supposed to be happening because it's supposed to shake you up and trigger something inside of you that says, you know what, it's about time I had a look at my life in a different perspective because I'm sick of being out at war with everything that's not working for me or having to fight the universe and friends and family and jobs and whatever it is that ails you, and just take some time out, maybe on a weekly basis or something, to come home and completely indulge yourself, treat yourself, bring home the love to Cat X. Okay, so that's all I'm suggesting. And I hope that works. I hope it makes sense for you because you might not have ever realized that you have a full right and permission, and it's in fact your obligation and duty to love yourself first of all. Okay, first and foremost. We don't have to explain why on this show right now, but it's something to do with that story they tell you about in airplanes. Put your oxygen mask on first before you go around helping anybody else. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Love you first, because if you don't, you're useless to everyone else. You're not useless, but you're less valuable. Okay, so all right, Kat, I hope this helps you. I hope this is useful to you in some way or another. Okay, now let's have a look. All right, let's have a look. So I'm going to start clearing up Kat's reading because we're going to go on, but it feels, I have to tell you, it feels very weird for me here with such a huge delay in the transmission. So let's just see. Okay, so it makes sense to you. I'm going to go back and just check something here on my screen where it's, okay, I'm seeing the live stuff now. I'm going to see if I can find the chat window on the side here where it doesn't show. To list all, enter. I'm going to try something. Stay there. There's a little button I can press which might help me to see you guys. Enter. Okay, I'm going to do something. Stay there. That slash question mark that. Enter. All right. So, all right, it's not working. There's something very weird going on tonight that I don't understand. Whoa, my God, it looks like there's 46 people here. Hold on, hold on. 40, okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, Steve, you're one of the few guys. There's not a lot of guys who come to tarot. That's just the reality of it, you know? It seems like women are much more interested in evolving and growing and healing and community than the guys. I mean, we do have guys. We got some amazing visitors here, and I've actually had personal interactions, and it's wonderful. But the reality is, if you could see everything behind the screen here, it's about 70 or 80% female audience, and that's just how it is. And I'm fine with that. I'm just fine with it. And, you know, that's just how it is. I don't question it or anything. All right. I'm going to shuffle again because we're moving on. Incognito, you are up. You're up next, okay? Okay. You got it? Hold on. Oh, Steve, I'm going to put you over here. I don't think I put you up there earlier. Steve Stanel, okay? Okay. Heather Christie, wait a minute. I didn't see you earlier. There's another Heather here. Heather Christia. This is Heather Mocha. That's Heather Mocha. So we're going to put Heather Christia. I didn't see you. Sorry, earlier. Heather Christia. That's you. Okay, so I got that. Wait a minute. Did I put you down, Karen, earlier? I'm pretty sure I got you. Didn't? Yeah, I got you, Karen, over here. There we are. Carla. Hey, Carla. Oh gosh, I've used up 2 pages now. Wait a minute. So let's have a look. Let's just put this aside because we're going to read. Okay, we're going to read for Incognito. Carla, I just put your name up, Carla. Okay. So it's extremely weird over here. I'm just letting you know, people. It's extremely weird because it looks like the delay is about 5 minutes, which is ridiculous. I mean, the quality of the signal, I'm getting a really good signal from what I can see. The visuals and the sound apparently is good. And uh-oh, I missed one. Hold on, I missed that. I missed Abstract and Hunting Hills. Wait a minute. Abstract and Hunting Hills. I love seeing all the names of all the people who show up in the different countries you all visit from. Wait a minute. Oh, Kat, that's what? Oh, Kat, that's scary. Oh, Kat, I had no idea. Eli, or Ellie, sorry, Ellie. Sorry, Kat. Kat, if you want to write to me, maybe we can do something about this or help out in some way. If you go to terralumination.com, there's a way that you can contact Terra Lumination. Maybe send an email, see if we can, figure something out. I don't know what to do, but, that's a big deal. And you probably need as much help and support as your child. Okay? So we're going to shuffle. We're going to read for Incognito. All right? Cha, crossed my name off. Oh, okay. Cha, all right. I'll put you in the box, but I'll do that, and so it's like we had a reading, okay, Cha? I hope you don't mind. Okay, well, this is even more super weird because the chat is almost like in real time, but the visual on the screen is completely berserk. You know what I'm going to do, everybody? I hope you don't mind. Could you please bear with me here? I'm going to do a reload. So stay there because I can't handle the visuals right now. It's very disturbing for me. Here we go. Hang on, everybody. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to stop letting myself be distracted by the screen, and we're going to read for Incognito. Here we go. Yeah, everybody, please. It's kind of a serious, heavy-duty thing. I know there's a tremendous amount of people suffering right now with all the hurricanes and everything, and Irma and Harvey and whatever that was called. But we're in a room here, a special place right now, where there's a couple of people who are obviously in deep, deep pain, and that would be Kat X, who we just read for, and her daughter, who just had some traumatic brain injuries. So if anyone feels so they can help in some way or offer some kind of comfort and support, please go for it. Kat's still here, and she's very brave to be here and hang out with us. All right, Incognito, this one's for you. We're already shuffled, and we're going to do a cut, and then we're going to read, and we're going to see what happens. So thanks for sharing that with us, Kat, by the way. It's very brave. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it, okay? Underneath, what do we got? Look, incognito. I'm not saying this is happening for you. All I'm suggesting with the Ten of Cups here is whether you know it or not, you're in an environment where, depending on your perspective or attitude, there is potential great joy and happiness. But this is what I would feel is what you would own from the inside out. In other words, this is the sort of happiness where you have a chance now to own it from the inside out. So it almost doesn't matter what happens to everyone else in the rest of the world, whether you're dumped, whether you're dumping somebody, or whether you're rich or poor, or whether you're healthy or unhealthy. It's almost like it doesn't matter when you got this, you know. You can still retain your joy and happiness anyway from the inside out. At least the indications are there that that is what's possible. All right, let's have a look at the situation. The situation, however, indicates that you might be bogged down in things that are in some ways impeding your happiness. And this might be to do with yourself versus yourself. I don't know what kind of situation you're in. You don't have to tell us, incognito. But if you're on some kind of, let's say if you're locked in or tied into some kind of lifestyle or some kind of behavior or some kind of practice which is restricting you in some way, but you can't let it go. And that could be partly because you actually like it. Sometimes with the devil energy here with this card, people actually enjoy and really get off on the feeling of being very deeply bound and entwined in such a way that it's actually not healthy. Although, because it can be so vivid and so real, it's almost like a substitute for life, because this can feel very like it's right in your face. Like if you're struggling with maybe an abusive relationship, or some kind of substance, or some kind of, like you're hooked into a job that you really, really don't like, but you get well paid, or something like that, or a relationship that you wish you could release, but you can't because there's certain aspects that are so satisfying. It's like a drug and you can't release it. Now, I just used a couple of words in those descriptions here, which might put a flag alert on the channel. I hope not. With Terra Illumination, I have to be really, really super hyper careful now because this is public and open to the 18 and under crowd. So I have to keep reminding myself. Otherwise, you know, the videos get blocked and shut down. So I'm trying to be really careful, and I'm sorry if I slipped up. So I don't know what's holding on. I don't know what you're grasping onto, or I don't know what is grasping onto you. But if that's the situation, we're going to have to deal with it, because that could really be seriously impeding the happiness. And it might be that you need a very, very stark reminder around you right now that happiness is possible, even though you might be struggling in some way. In other words, you might be going through deep internal warfare with yourself and yourself about what is blocking you from your own happiness. Because a lot of the times our own happiness is much more to do with removing the obstacles to the happiness, as opposed to going out and hunting, getting the things that you want that you think will make you happy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So what's the challenge? Okay, well, you might be literally at war with yourself to the point where it's futile, and that's the problem. Sometimes, you know, people can get stuck into these battles with someone or something or yourself, where you get so entwined in the battle, it's like two cats and dogs, like go, and they don't know what they're doing anymore. They're just fighting for the sake of fighting for the survival, and there's no point to it, because they're just going to end up chewing each other to pieces. And then even when someone has to come in and intervene and separate them, it's so compelling that they want to get back at it. But it's futile energy. It's futile energy, and you just might be in a position where you're very consumed with some kind of really futile internal battle, which has no chance of being won, simply because all your energy is consumed with warfare on the inside. Or even if it is an external, if all your energies are consumed with warfare, and battle and trying to win or try to prove a point, which really has no value, then you're just wasting huge amounts of time and energy, and which is again taking you farther and farther and farther away from the chance of owning your own happiness. Okay, so how are we going to deal with that? Okay, we're going to have to do some kind of invocation here. I don't see a way around it. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Stay there. Sorry, I had to get a little bit of quiet here. Let's have a look. So, Incognito. So, what I'm feeling here, if you've been like catching the drift of it, is that the possibility and potential for happiness is there for you. Okay, it's almost like it's staring you in the face. The problem is you're so entwined and so caught up with certain types of self-defeating behaviors, maybe even things you can't release. You know, maybe you're a heavy smoker, or maybe you're a pothead, or maybe an alcoholic, or a highly sophisticated self-medicator. That happens. People are very, very, very good at that. They're, you know, getting the exactly perfect balance of caffeine, alcohol, nicotine, stimulants and depressants, and sleeping pills, and jogging and meditation and yoga and gymnastics and their favorite TV shows, and they squish it all together into one massive self-medication regimen. And that is a very elaborate way of blocking out your happiness, because it's an indication that you're not willing to face the obstacles that are getting in the way of your happiness that need to be revealed in order to be healed. So with the Ace of Cups here as the way to how to deal with all this stuff, it's an indication that you have a golden opportunity right now. It's almost like I feel kind of awkward giving you this reading because it sounds like I'm being really mean and judgmental and everything. But if you look at it positively, because we're doing this in a public forum, it probably resonates with other people as well to some degree. And the whole point is to live as if. To deal with this, it has to do with a lot of brainwashing, where it's like, it's all about, you know, reconditioning yourself to love oneself first. And that's why the opportunity card is here. It's very much a sacred opportunity. It's like it's literally happening right now, but the point is you have to grab it. Okay, it's like a gift from heaven above, and it's your right and it's your duty and it's your obligation to grab that gift of love as it comes to you, accept it. And that could be, I don't know, it could be the hardest thing you've ever had to do in life. You know, learning how to love oneself, it's extremely challenging because it involves learning how to say no to certain people, situations, conditions, thoughts, behaviors, other people that are not healthy for you, behaviors that are not healthy for you. Saying no and then sticking to the word no and no longer compromising yourself. That would be a very, very loving way to be right now. That would be a very loving thing to do. And if you need help, go out and get it, okay? That's what we do here at Terra Illumination anyway. So I hope this helps, Incognito. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings or insult anybody, or step out of line or cross the community guideline boundaries. Okay, so please make the best of that, all right, Incognito? We're going to put the cards back. We're going to shuffle some more, and then we're going to read for Lune. Isn't Lune the moon? Isn't that moon in French or something? La Lune? No, I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up. Whoa. Hey, Steve, what's going on? I just saw something. There's a big bright yellow 10 on my screen. Thank you so, so much. This is awesome. This has happened about a month ago. People started, you know, throwing money in the pot. I got really confused because I'd never seen it before. And it's like they were paying for readings, like little, you know, $5 mini readings. So it was really cool. So that's what we did. That's what we actually did. And I think Sandra was here in the house at that time, and she was trying to coach me through the process because I'd never seen it before. I didn't really understand it. But it kind of worked. And I do really thank you, Steve. If I read the screen correctly, and this is from Steven. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Well, Loon, I already wrote the name Loon on the paper, so if you're Andrea, but I'm going to call you Loon. Okay? The Malay. Oh, it's a cool name. I like seeing that. Wait a minute, I see a new name. I see new names. Whoa, 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 whoa. I saw Roxanna. Wait a minute, Roxanna. And I saw somebody else. Stay there. I don't want to lose it. Miss Lunis. Miss Lunis. Oh, hold on. Roxana Navroshi. Wow, that's cool. Hello, Roxana. I hope I spelt these right. I didn't see those earlier. Lakeisha. Hey, Lakeisha. Ivona. Lakeisha. And Ivona. Ivona's in the house. Hi, Ivona. I didn't get you earlier. All right, let's have a look. Loon. Here we go. Loon. Ouch, ouch. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, none of that. We're just going to do stripped down bare bones, no reversals, nothing. Loon, you're up. You are up. Hi, Lakeisha. Greetings. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Nat. Oh, wait a minute. I see. That looks big. Nat L. Nat L. Natural. Oh, I know I put your name here somewhere. Wait a minute. Where did I put you? Where did I put you? Where? There you are. Okay, there's a box here. All right. All right, let's have a look. Rebecca, yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's say whatever I have to say unfiltered. Well, guess what, people? This is the golden opportunity for dropping another hint about Tarot Illumination 2. There's a new channel in formation. It's still being germinated right now, but it's called Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. Thank you very much, Abby and the other ladies in the house. Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. Can you imagine that? It's going to look sort of like that. It's going to say Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. It's going to be its own private channel, and it really, truly will be a private channel. It'll be a subscription channel, and anybody can get on there for like $1, maybe $2 a month, okay? And it's going to be different because we're going to have stuff on there that doesn't fall apart every month. You know, on Tarot Illumination, everything falls apart every month, except for like the Leo North Node videos and stuff like that. But on TL2, we're going to have stuff that, you know, you can show up anytime and it'll be fun. And we're going to have like events, and we're going to have stories and music and raffles and really interesting things like healing hour, story hour, confession time, question time, and these will be live events. Some of them will probably be paid, but some of them you'll just get for being a subscriber. So that's the cool thing. It's going to take a while to figure it out because I'm still doing a lot of homework with YouTube behind the scene to figure out the payment process, because, you know, Tarot Illumination is actually pushing the boundaries of YouTube, if you can believe that. So they've decided to like be very, very kind in their own way. They're actually helping me. So it's very cool. I feel very privileged. All right, Loon, here we go. This is for you. Kaboom. We're going to do a super, super extreme cut like that, just to break things up a little bit. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Get this over here. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's look what's going on. Da, 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 da. I don't know, Loon, if you're in a situation where you're either feeling threatened by something that has absolute power in your world, or whether you're feeling excited about having a chance to come into absolute power in your world, where you don't ever have to question yourself or doubt yourself ever again. Of course, to a degree, but the idea with this kind of weather is an indication that it's very, very, very important for you, Loon, to either pay very, very, very close attention to anything or anyone that could make you feel disempowered. And at the same time, that can trigger you to learn more about what it means to be fully empowered, so that you don't have to take any kind of nonsense from anybody, where you become the owner of your world, your dignity, yourself, your domain. And there's nothing shameful about that. All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. Gosh, we're getting big cards tonight, people. A lot of majors. So there's a lot of what you could call fated energy going on, if you want to look at it like that. So, Loon, if you're feeling as though stuff is happening in your life over which you have absolutely no power, no control, and you're doing everything you can to keep things in harmony and balance and equanimity and pure serenity, that's very, very awesome. I hope you have the strength and the courage to keep doing that, because even though the Temperance is a very beautiful card, uh, it actually involves the like the native owner of this energy, which would be you, Loon. It involves uh, being very, very open to the will of heaven in such a way that you understand that a lot of the pain and suffering that goes on in your life is part of a learning journey for yourself, to teach you how to love yourself more. And you're doing a pretty good job here of trying to figure that out and balance it and taking advantage of the situation, even though the situation might be taking you to the very limits of your ability to self-heal. In other words, it can be very, very humbling to get to the point where you have no options, you have no choices but to accept uh, the very humbling process of having all your like deepest wounds and everything that is disempowering you in your life, such that it becomes revealed, because then you understand what it is and that gives you the chance to heal it. Okay, so then you can move on and remove the obstacles to your own power, your own ability to be empowered. So that's kind of what you're going through right now, is that alchemical churning process. And it might be very, very active right now, like a very, very active fermentation. Okay. So what's the challenge with all of this? Look at this big, big cards, Loon. What is going on? You don't have to tell us if it spooks you or if it's really private, but if you want to share and it helps other people and you're feeling disoriented by all this fateful energy, please enlighten us, okay? You might have something that everyone here needs to hear, okay, Loon? So don't be shy if you feel that. So the thing is, Loon, it might be that the challenge here is that it's understanding that whatever this thing is that's going on in your life is that it's just exactly as it should be. You're getting exactly what you deserve. You're getting exactly what you need in exactly the way it's supposed to be according to the will of heaven. Whether that feels good or feels bad is irrelevant, because this is not personal. It's not like anybody's out there trying to hurt you or judge you or get back at you, or there's any kind of revenge. It's just the energy of the universe balancing itself. It's literally no different to the seasons. It's no different from a wave rising, crashing, and then falling away, and then another wave rising and crashing and fall away. At this moment in time, you might be feeling as though things are very, very unjust around you, and you're being persecuted, prosecuted, judged, um, in ways that are very uncomfortable. But it also might indicate that this might make a lot of sense to you in such like a way that maybe you felt this was coming all along and it's good time and it's a good feeling, but you might have been trying to resist it. And so what feels like fate starts to intervene, if that makes any sense. I hope so. Thank you, Loon. Let's have a look. How are we going to deal with all of this? Okay, please, please, Loon, treat this situation, whatever this is that you are really, really having to deal with inside of your life, where it could be very, very, in some ways, perhaps very painful for you deep down inside. even though it might look like you're living a very serene, calm, and balanced life on the outside, the way I feel here with this situation is that if this, I don't want to turn this into a relationship reading. I'm thinking of this as more your relationship with yourself and your power with yourself, as opposed to a person out there. If you want to reinterpret it that way, you can. But my feeling is that the way to handle the situation is to move on, treat all these circumstances and experiences as a way, as an indicator that it is very important for you to move on and leave behind anything that is not equivalent to self-love. If you're doing things or acting or living in such a way that you're not loving yourself, that has to stop, even if it means separating yourself from people or places or things who have great power or dominion over you in your life, in your world, to the point where you feel disempowered. That's not healthy. So the healthy thing in terms of self-love might be to separate and move on and take all the good stuff with you that you know is absolutely true. I'm not talking about subjective truth or imagination or anything like that. I'm talking about the absolute truth about the laws of the universe, the laws of attraction, the laws that are universal for all of us, and then move on into a calmer, more peaceful place, even if it means you have to leave a lot of stuff behind. It's okay. It's happening to a lot of people with these eclipses right now. Thank you, Loon. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much or scare you. Okay, so we're going to move on. I'm going to put those over here for a moment, and we're going to start picking some more names. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, well, there you go. Leaving your partner. You see what we were talking about? This might be your symbolizing your partner, okay, Lun, and having to move on. It could be very, very difficult to do that. You might be very reluctant. So we're going to read for some more people now. We're going to pull some more names. So where did we put? All right, we're going to read for Shada. I'm just picking these randomly from the little boxes that we made earlier. Mona, I think I put you. I think I have you on the list. I'm pretty sure. Stay there. Stay there. Hold on. Stay there. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. Mona, I guess I didn't. Huh. Thanks, Mona. Thanks for reminding me. All right. So we're going to read for Cozy Girl. We're going to read for Cozy Girl. And I'm going to pull two more. Stay there, folks. Stay there, people. Cozy Girl. Let's look at the other page. Shada. Something like this, okay? Then I'm going to go to, oh, I don't have any boxes on this page. What's going on? That's weird. Carisha, wait a minute. I didn't even put, wait a minute. Carisha, I didn't even put your name on there, Carisha. Sorry. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'll put you there. All right, let's have a look. So then we're going to do, Rebecca did, wait a minute. Heather. Oh, here's Heather. That's what I wanted to do. Heather, here. Okay, we're going to read for Heather here. This is Heather C. Heather C. This is the C Heather, okay? Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. So that's how it's looking right now. I'm doing the best I can, folks, okay? I'm just doing the best I can for you guys. Bianca. Bianca wants to be put in a box. Okay, let's do it for Bianca here. Okay, because you never know. All right. Thank you, June. Thank you so, so much. I'm glad I didn't scare you. You know, sometimes I get pretty scared when I pull out the readings. All right, let's close this up. We're going to pull some more cards, people. Yes, that's what we're going to do. I hope you're all having fun chatting amongst yourselves because I'm starting to get in focus with the readings and I'm just trying to keep the show going. But if you've got to chat amongst yourselves and if there's stuff that you need to take care of, you know, do that. If you have to get a coffee break or take a nap, or, you know, if you have to go to bed early because you got to get up early, that's, you know, that's normal too. That's what we do on this show. I know it's really late for a lot of people, and I'm trying to, you know, over the long term, we're probably going to have another type of show which is more suitable for Europe and early evening in Europe, things like that. We'll figure it out. It's just going to take a long time. Well, it's just going to take time, okay, people? I hope you don't mind. Yeah, sometimes I get a little pooped out. Thanks, Tammy. I didn't even put you on the list, but I'm going to put you anyway, just for the records. Cecilia. Hello, Cecilia. I didn't put you down. And Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Looks like Tammy's already tired and heading to bed. It's okay. Roxanna, it's 6 a.m.? What are you doing watching this show at 6 a.m.? Where are you? You must be like in Russia or something, or Germany, or what? Huh. Rebecca. There you go. That's who we were going to. I know I was going to do Rebecca here. That's right. That's right. All right, so we got 4 lined up. That's a lot to do. So let's just chill for a little bit and let's get into the groove here and see what happens. Let's make do with what we've got for now. So let's have a look. Romania. Wow. Wow. That's so cool. That's thousands. That's 3, 6, 7, 8,000 miles away. 8,000 freaking miles away. That's so cool. Ellie Lam, it's 11 in New York City. If you gotta go, Sherry, you gotta go. It's okay. Yeah, don't forget about Kat, people. Kat needs TLC. Kat needs a lot of TLC. Kat from early this evening, because of the trauma, the brain damage with her daughter. Okay, so pray for Kat and her daughter. All right, let's have a look. Curacao. Wait a minute, Curacao, isn't that like Colombia? Where is that? All right, let's put these in a row here so I don't get too distracted and call someone else's name by accident. We're going to start with Cozy Girl. Okay, let's try that. I need a beverage. Hold on. Good night, Kat. Good night. All the best, okay? Keep in touch. Don't forget to write in, all right? Who's from Hungary? Whoa. Oh, Argentina. Hunting Hills, Germany. Wow, this is so freaking awesome. It's so cool. I just love to know where you guys come from. It's fantastic. Hungary, Germany, Curacao. Um, where did yours go? Hold on. I know what you're talking about, Bianca. I've got you here, okay? I've still got your, I've got some, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've still got 5 more boxes, okay? I've got 5 more boxes that are checked there. So if I still have enough energy, we'll try and get 5 more readings after these 4. We'll see what happens. I don't know how soon I'm going to burn out tonight, but we'll do what we can, okay, people? We'll do what we can. Okay. Isn't it amazing? It just freaks me out. Last week we had a couple folks from Australia, Norway. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm going to cut in a different way. All right, let's do this. All right, cozy girl, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Let's have a look. Transformation. Da, 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 da. It's like there's no escape, cozy girl. So no point in trying to fight it. If this is what's surrounding you right now, the best thing to do is to completely surrender and just let it all happen. It doesn't matter how scary it is, because this is the healthiest thing to do. It's very, very hard to evolve if you resist the death card, okay? The death card is simply saying, okay, I used another word. If by saying that word, I might have triggered something on the community guidelines. I'm not sure. We'll see in a couple of days. And I hope I didn't offend anybody or any young viewers. But anyway, with this card, it's an indication that there is a cutting away of everything that needs to be gone, and it's the healthiest thing possible for you right now, cozy girl. Even though you might not like the feeling, it might not feel good, but it's actually good for you. It's kind of like going to the dentist, you know. Anyway, let's have a look at the situation. Gosh, so tonight we're getting a lot of major arcana cards, and so what this is telling me to tell you guys is that if you feel a lot of things are happening in your life that are kind of beyond your understanding, beyond your decision making, beyond your ability to cope with how things are evolving, please understand it's probably universal. I'm feeling it a lot here. Other people are writing in and telling me similar things. So please don't take it too personally, cozy girl. It's just that the whole planet is under a lot of pressure right now. I was looking at the charts earlier today, and there was, just for a short period of time, we had this massive grand fire trine at the same time as this massive earth trine, and it's all simultaneous. Let me just check some charts right now. Stay there. Don't go away, cozy girl. Okay, right at this very, very moment in time, we have multiple fire trines, multiple earth trines. You know, fire trines would be Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So it's very, very conducive and supportive and inspirational for us to evolve on our evolutionary path. And it's very, very, very strong to the point where you might feel as though you're just being pushed, even if it's against your will. And simultaneously, we have this massive earth trine with Capricorn and Taurus and Virgo simultaneously, which is adding a tremendous amount of stability, but it's also a lot of pressure to move on. And it just adds up, and it's really, really piling up. And simultaneously, we have another thing which is called a kite, which is can be extremely supportive, again, on our evolutionary path to become ourselves and more individuated right now than we have ever done before. It's just, it could be very unsettling and very disconcerting because it's such strong energy, and it's happening to everyone, that it's almost like you don't have any say in the matter. So with this card energy here, cozy girl, don't fight it, okay? Allow these big waves to happen. Get on the wave, get on the right side of the wave, copy and observe anyone else who's doing okay, and just do what they do, okay? You know, fake it till you make it if you have to. So we've had this card already in the same position earlier, so this is a strong indication that we're talking about larger scale universal energies that affect all of us. It's not just personal, cozy girl. So this reading might feel relevant for some other people here tonight. So with you, cozy girl, it might feel like, uh, with the world, this is not so much of a roller coaster. This is like an epic ending. Like everything is just fine. Everything worked out just fine. And there's no going back. You might be feeling like a huge chunk of your life is either being cut away or removed or sliced off. And you can't even hold on to it, even no matter how much you try, because you might hold tremendous value, or you might have so much of your own sense of identity tied up, like in the way you've been living up to date. But the reality is we're constantly in a state of evolution and change, and there's no escape, there's no going back now. So the idea would be to go ahead with it and allow this whole new life to unfold, because this, whatever it is, I like to call it, for you, cozy girl, we'll just call it a lifestyle package deal. The whole thing, everything. It could include friends, family, work, career, your location, your relationships, um, siblings, children, anything like that, ambitions and goals, whatever you've known up to this point, it's kind of like, let's just say it's falling away, but a whole new thing starts to arrive. And that's actually really good for you. I know it sounds strange, even though it might be painful to let go. What's the challenge with all of this? Okay, the challenge is it's almost like accepting that it's over. How we become so sometimes so closely identified with our pain and our drama and our suffering that that's who we are. And that's not true. Suffering is suffering. Who you are is indestructible, and it's a very loving entity. You're made of love, and it's deep inside of you somewhere. But if something very important to you in your life and world is being cut away, and it's shifting and it's changing, and it feels like it's going to be lost and gone forever, the reality is that it is going to be lost and gone forever. But that's what the problem might be as well, because you might not want to lose it. In other words, even though there might be a lot of pain, because there's so much of one's identity tied up into that, it could be hard to let go. Hard to let go and release that it is the end. It is the end and the end and the end. And it's okay to let go and allow a whole new life and a horizon to unfold uh, down the road. So the question is, how are we going to do that? Okay. Wow. These are big cards, people. Uh, with the Hierophant here, my feeling, cozy girl, is that I don't want to turn this into a relationship reading or anything like that. You can reinterpret it if you want. I'm just trying to deal with the broad energy. If something, a really, really important relationship is over and you're struggling with that, fine. If it's to do with a job or somebody leaving home or you're leaving a home or changing, whatever it is, and you're struggling with that, the idea in order to move forward and be healthy and evolve and understand is that everything, it's supposed to happen. There's no point in trying to fight it. Instead, treat this as an amazing opportunity where you can live and start a whole new code, where you can really, really upgrade your whole life to a much higher standard than ever before. But it does mean work. It means having to accept and surrender to whatever is dead and gone and dying, and then let it rest in peace. And in order for you to have a chance to reformulate your life, it's like, say you're already spiritually advanced, and the reality is you might not be able to advance and love yourself any further without going through some cataclysmic changes like this, some big shifts, where stuff has to go to for the new stuff to come in. But the beauty of the situation is that it opens a door for you to completely recalibrate your life from scratch. Even if that sounds scary and frightening, um, it's like it's like there's really no escape. So it's better just to accept that these things are happening rather than fight them. And if you get frightened of like that feeling of a big void, like, well, who am I without my problems? That is a good indication that a lot of stuff that needs to be revealed to healed is what's happening, and it's coming away. It's almost like cutting away um, like rotten wood, or cutting away rust and any obsolete things that don't work anymore. They just have to go, and you allow a whole new code. But this is an indication that it's up to you to rewrite the new code for yourself for the future. Okay, for the ongoing, it's really really important that uh, you set a whole new code for yourself that works for you, where you're not dependent on pre-existing codes, attitudes, perceptions, thoughts, and behaviors, or conditioning from youth or childhood, or for whatever it is that is finishing in your past. It's just time to start absolutely from scratch again. Cozy girl, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say anything more. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or your nerves or anything like that. I'm sure I just hope you can get something out of that little mini reading and put it to good use in some way or another. And if it didn't make any sense to you, please bequeath that reading to someone else here in the house tonight. Okay? So I hope that helps. All right. What? Egypt and Brazil. Oh my God. I just want to write down some of these names because it sounds very magical to me. I hope you don't mind, people. I don't know who's where from where, but I've heard the name Hungary. Somebody said Hungary. Romania. Somebody just said Egypt. Brazil. Of course, we have the USA. And I believe we have an Aussie in the house as well. Wow. Wow. Okay, so Cozy Girl, you got something out of that? It made a little bit of sense? I hope so. I really do. Thank you so, so much. Wow. Okay, Roxana, you know what I was going to say, Roxana? I was going to ask you earlier. Do you mind, people, if I put Roxana and jump the line here? Because I kind of want to give a treat to a newbie, you know, just for fun. And we'll come back to the folks who are already here, but I'm really trying to encourage and grow this Tarot Illumination channel outside and above and beyond. And I know I've given readings to others before. And let me just get you Roxana. We're going to read Roxana next, okay? And then you can go off and have a day, get to work soon, and get on with it. And then we'll come back to everyone else here and all the rest of the list over there, okay? So here we go. Roxana, you're next. I'm sorry, everybody. I just took, you know, poetic license, and I took the liberty of just shoving Roxana in front of the line because I'm just trying to like spread out the love a little bit. I know we have some regulars here. I've had some folks who've had readings recently, and I'd like to read for them again too. But Roxana is literally brand new, and it's not like I can hang out with Romanians every night. So I'm basically asking everybody a big favor to please bear with me as I allow Roxana to jump the line, and it's going to be fun for all of us, okay? Because Roxana is basically going to be sharing her reading with the rest of us because it's live. Yay. Thank you, Roxana. Thank you for visiting, and please tell everybody else in Romania to come to Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live next week. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's have a look. Wow, that was a big, weird cut, I have to tell you. I have to tell you. All right, let's have a look. So here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Let's have a look. What's going on? Ace of Cups again. We're getting repeat cards tonight, people. So there's a lot of synchronicity going on, okay? So Roxana, whatever's going on in your world, please understand that this is a kind of a time of golden opportunity. It might be very, very quick, but it's an indication that you have a chance to kind of get a, like, you know, one of those, what do they call it? What does it call it? Like those, like a lightning moment that, like when you get that sudden like awakening, kaboom, click. Oh my God, I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it. And it's like instantaneous. A think bubble. Think bubble. Yeah, it's to me right now, Roxana. This feels like right now is your time to have that moment of awakening where it's always, where it's just like You're just living your life, Roxana, and then suddenly, bam, you realize, oh my God, I get what they're talking about. Love you first. Oh my God, I didn't understand before, but it's true, Roxana. This is an opportunity, a chance to get into that whole concept of love you first, all right? In the big way, not just little snippets, but go big, all right? So what's the challenge? So what's the situation? So right now, either you might be taking deliberate steps to go on a self-healing program. Maybe you're already there. Maybe you are aware that the one of the secrets to self-love is allow yourself to rest and heal, and allow your, in other words, listen to your own internal voice and listen very carefully. And what is it telling you that you need to know that needs healing? And then allow that to happen. And then treat yourself to your own self-healing practices. Over here at home with Tarot Illumination, I do a lot of self-healing, which is my own private business, my own private practice. And I'm sure everyone else does it to some degree, but I have to do it. Otherwise, things fall apart pretty quickly. So if you're not on an active regimen or practice right now of rest and heal, heal and rest, then it's an indication that the situation here is that you need to take active steps to um, literally, at least if you haven't started, at least start learning what it means to love oneself and heal oneself from the inside out. Start with tiny little baby steps if you have to, okay? But the key thing is to do it. It means to switch off. Like if you're going to work at 6 or 7 a.m. and you have to be there, and you work, if you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, maybe you have time to give yourself a break. If you've got friends and family or children and stuff that have that place a lot of demands on you, it's okay to give yourself a little break. Tell everybody, I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. And I'm going to take a break. Okay? So what's the challenge? More repeat cards, justice. You might be a little, let's say, in other words, let's say you do decide to break, take a little break and take some time out and love yourself first. I'm not talking, I don't want to turn this into, again, I don't want to turn this into a love and relationship reading just because we have a massive love card here. All I'm saying is that um, if you know deep down what we're talking about here, Roxana, and it's very, very important, and if you've been putting it off for a long time and you have to go on to like a self-healing program, nurturing and resting yourself, the problem is that you might be scared of what you find out. Even though you have to do some self-healing, and you understand intellectually the concept of love you first, the challenge might be is that you might, let's just say, struggle with what you already know is coming your way in terms of justice, in terms of, it's like, people who are, I don't want to say you're, it's people who are trying to avoid the law. They know they're out of line, and they know they've been out of line, and they know they have to make amends with themselves. They have to go on their self-healing and cleanup campaign, but they don't want to do it because they know it means like disengaging. You might really like to be out there in life, engaged with life, and the whole idea of switching off, going to a spa, getting a massage, treating yourself, loving yourself more than ever before would not be your first choice, because probably deep down inside, once you start doing the self-healing stuff, you might uncover a lot of stuff that needs attention, and that would be perfectly just and orderly to happen. It's just the challenge is you might not like it and might not want it. So that's why you might be avoiding self-love and avoiding self-healing. Let's have a look. So how are we going to deal with this? Okay, this is like I feel like this is a war between yourself and yourself. Okay, Roxana, I have a feeling that you might be kind of driven in some way, and you like things to be just so, and you're good at making things just so, and you do have either love interest for yourself or someone loves you very deeply and there's an opportunity here, or you love someone very deeply and there's an opportunity here, but it's a question of whether this can happen at all, whether this is romantic love or platonic love or something like that. um, but the way to handle it with the Sun card here is to live as if to me it feels as though um, like if there's some kind of reckoning where it means like if you have to go onto your own self-healing program and it takes you away from maybe something that you love, it's not the end of the world. What I feel is that this could be an opportunity. This situation here is like, it's almost like a blinding, right in your face opportunity. It's almost like here on this show today, tonight, or in the early morning for you, it's like I feel a very, very important, very big draw to say, please, Roxanna, before you head out the door, go into the mirror, just check, look at yourself very, very carefully in a very, very clear, clean, like totally unambiguous way. Look yourself right in the eye and you tell yourself, I love you. I love you, Roxanna. I love you, I love you, I love you. I cherish you, I will look after you, and I will take care of you, and we're going to deal with everything that's unjust, and we're going to put it all right again. That's you. That's what it's almost like I can't force you to do any of those things, Roxana, but this is live as if, even if it sounds ridiculous, what I'm saying, it can be an extremely powerful experience. And you don't have to joke about it. It's just having the nerve to do that. Stare yourself right in the eye. Okay? And that's how you start to create happiness from the inside and own it from the inside, so that it's almost like these two cards become one and the same thing. I love you very much equals I am happy. I am happy gives me permission to say I love you very much. Okay? So I know it sounds like a very strange reading, Roxana, but that's what I feel obliged to tell you because that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so have a super day at work. Thanks for checking in. Thanks everybody for putting up with my indulgence here to set Roxana up with a super day. All right, so go for it, Roxana. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, here we go. Let's put it all back together, people. Let's keep going. Okay? Yeah, Susanna, it's pretty much what we do here at Tarot Illumination. I'm just seeing your notes there. Hold on. I know it sounds like very selfish. Some people probably think this is a ridiculous channel because we're talking about loving yourself all the time, like it's vanity or narcissism. But it's not at all, okay? That's not what we're doing here. Self-love is honoring and respecting the beauty that you are as a human being, the miracle of even being alive, just to be here and have these freaky weird experiences like getting born, growing up, having relationships, falling in love, falling out of love, feeling things like anger and resentment, and seeing your life reflected back to you in important relationships so that you learn stuff. And ultimately, it really, really comes down to loving oneself, because it's such an important lesson. And there's like 7.5 billion people on the planet here who really need to learn that. Not everybody understands it. They're so, we get so consumed with what's outside of us. And we're so terrified of what's inside of us. It's understandable because, what's outside of us is like measurable. It has three-dimensional, let's say, things that you can grasp onto and equate to life. But we actually experience life on the inside. And that's such a strange phenomenon. But that's what actually happens. If you're in a big car crash and your body gets all mangled, sure, you're aware of it, but you feel it on the inside. The pain is felt on the inside. It's not like it's sitting outside there on the street corner on something. And it's a very, very strange concept to understand. But the point I'm trying to get here is that Self-love is to like squish it all together so that you allow yourself to be uh, sad when you're sad, happy when you're happy, and flow with it and embrace it all instead of having to control it or conform to what you think should be. All right, Shada, let's go for it. You're up next. All right, Shada. Let's see what we can do for Shada. All right. All right. I'm going to do it another weird cut, just like I did the last one. It's funny. It doesn't matter how I cut these cards or shuffle them. If the cards want to come up and repeat, 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 what can we do? That's what happens. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Okay, what's going on? So, Shada, it might be right now that it's a really, really good idea to hold on to what works. Okay, and get a little bit of stability here. This is also kind of a card of power, where it could indicate that you have a chance right now to stabilize yourself, and create a little bit of a more solid foundation in your life. And if other people would be judging you for like, oh, you're being such a tightwad, that's their problem. I think it's really important sometimes that you really take care of yourself, do what you have to do that works for you so you can stabilize things and create a solid foundation and get a glimpse and a taste of what it's like to have your own power, your own power base. All right. So let's have a look. What's the situation? Yeah, okay, getting your life together, Shada. It might be that this is what's happening in your life right now. You're actually in a process of getting your life together where there's no shame in it. There's no shame in saying like, Shada, you know what? I know I've got this problem, this problem, this problem. I'm not qualified at that, and that. I don't have all these resources of this much time or this much money or this much family support or, the relationships I want and all of that. But that doesn't matter. I'm Shada. I'm unique. I have my own special skills and values. And the other part of me is absolutely awesome and it's indestructible. And we're going to mush it all together and turn it into what we call a new life, where you, Shada, are now the boss and taking control and getting your acts together. Okay? And it seems like there's a lot of determination here too. So if your life, let's look at the reciprocal energy here. If your life feels very unstable at the moment and you would really, really like to create a lot of stability and get your acts together and have much more of a tighter rein on your life, then this is what's happening right now. And this is like a wake up. This is just like, wake up, Shada. This is an awesome time to recognize that it's all about loving yourself first, because that's the whole theme of Tarot Illumination, but put it together in a way that really, really works. So it's effective in your life, in your day-to-day world. So what's the challenge with all of that? Okay, well, you might not believe in yourself. This is a beautiful card. Look at all these major arcana cards that are coming up tonight. So again, I feel it's a lot to do with, everybody might feel fated. I think it might be very much to do with the eclipses. They're so strong, and it's just changing so many aspects of people's lives as we move through the eclipse. And if you try to resist the energy, you're just making yourself miserable. So for you, Shada, if you are aware that this is a good time for you to like take charge of your life and go for it and turn yourself into the winner that you always wanted to be, which means gathering all your like deepest, like heartfelt, emotional part of yourself. It doesn't matter like how smart you are or brainy or whatever, or how much money. It's all about tapping into your soul heart energy and like realizing that that's the ultimate source anyway. And that's the problem here with this, with the Empress position. You might be doubting your own fertility, your own creativity, your own abundance, your own beauty, your own self-worth, because this is a hugely beautiful card about beauty and self-worth and the ability to manifest in the day-to-day life in a way that works. Some people think of this as kind of the artist card. Like maybe you're doubting your ability to create the art of your new life. Maybe you're doubting your own femininity, your own womanhood, your own right to be Shada. Perhaps maybe you have been repressed before and you don't like that feeling, but that has conditioned you to have tremendous self-doubt about your own wonderful, like say, beautiful, awesome self, the one that deserves to have to manifest, the person who you're trying to be. So how are we going to deal with that? Because these are two, in some ways, very opposing energies here right now, the way this reading is coming out. Okay, so I feel like this is a time, and it's an indication with the Nine of Cups here, is to, in other words, you have to like allow yourself to go big, dream big. Don't be scared of your ambitions about who you want to be and how you want to do that. And you know, doubting your own self-worth, your own value, your own beauty, and all of that. And instead, this is, I feel like this is a worthiness card, allowing yourself to feel and allow your wish to come true. This is like, I'm going to call it a little invocation here. We've done it before on these shows, but right now I feel this is very much to do with worthiness, Shada, about your own sense of worthiness and just total embodiment of womanhood, where it's not, now we have to go back into the conditioning about to be happy, because if you're not happy about this, and even though you know you want to do that and make that happen, if you're suffering huge amounts of self-doubt deep inside, we need to deal with that. And I feel that the good way to do that here would be by self-brainwashing. This is the kind of thing that I would do if I had this reading for me right now. I would go back to my little book that I use for myself, and I would say this to myself. I would go into the mirror, just like we were talking earlier. I would go into the mirror and say this to myself, completely blank-faced. And I'm going to ask if you have the courage and the nerve to do this with yourself as well, Shada. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am open to receive. I am ready. I am willing. And I am able to receive. Okay? All of this awesomeness, all of this beauty that you really are on the inside. And all of this capability and drive and ambition to make that happen. It is possible, but you have to like bring it in by invocation and have no shame in that. You know, you can't just sort of wish it and want it and then doubt it, because that ends up going nowhere and you never have a chance to create that stability that you might want. So you have to go back to living as if you've got your wish. But if it's not there, because the wish card is just, it's kind of in the process of happening, you can add some rocket fuel by brainwashing yourself over and over and over again by those kind of little invocations. We'll do it just once more and that'll be your reading, okay? So this is for you, Shada. It's like, I, Shada, am worthy. I am deserving. I am open to receive. I, Shada, I am ready and I'm willing and I am able to receive. Okay, got it? I hope that helps. All right, let's have a look. Let's keep going. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or disrupt anything there for you. Okay. If I sound a little bit weak and fragile tonight, it's because that's how I am. It's been a very tough time these last few weeks, and I'm honestly kind of tired. And I'm feeling good, but I'm just a little bit tired. And my voice is a little bit raw because I've been doing a lot of readings and a lot of reports. And, you know, I'm going to take a break after the show over tonight. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to be taking a break on Monday morning as well. I'm going to take it easy, you know, because it starts all over again on Monday evening. Ha 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 ha. So, yeah, there we go. Heather C., you're up. Heather C., you're up. I'm just shuffling, people. Hey, Medusa, I thank you for showing up to the show because we wouldn't be doing this show, of course, without all you wonderful people. Yay. Yeah. So, Ellie, it's a lot of people are feeling it. I get a lot of reports and comments here, and some of the stuff is really mind blowing. Some of the stuff that a lot of people are living through right now, it just blows my mind. How people get through the day, how they handle all their stresses and challenges. It's amazing, like the human ability to face our challenges and all of that stuff. It's amazing how we do it. But here, with Tarot Illumination, what tends to happen is the channel attracts people who want more. You might be hurting a lot more than other people, and there might be nowhere else to go. So you come to somewhere like Tarot Illumination, and we have a chance here to figure these things out in ways that you can't do anywhere else. So that's the whole point of Tarot Illumination, is it's all about spreading the healing power of love. But we do it in a group. We do it by sharing our energy and amplifying our energy with ourselves and each other. We're not individuals here. We are individuals and we're highly individuated, but we are in a collective community environment where we're literally all connected to each other, and that amplifies the energy, and then you take that energy out with you in your life, in your world, for the next few hours, few days, few weeks, while that energy still radiates inside of you. That's what we're talking about here. All right, Heather, we were shuffled, so we're going to cut. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look, Heather. What is going on? Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. What's the weather like? So, Heather, if you're feeling spooked or spooky by all these eclipse energies and the full moon that we just had, and you're maybe a little anxious and nervous about the new moon coming up, that's okay. That's okay. Just treat it as a natural, beautiful cycle of life and roll with it, okay? The opportunity here with the moon card prevailing your reading is that maybe it's about time that you woke up to the deeper, more subconscious elements of life, tuning into your deeper subconscious self, your deepest intuition, and listening, and listening, okay? So that it isn't so scary. So if some kind of weird, disturbing, like inner voice starts like getting louder and louder inside of you, acknowledge it, okay, and accept it because it's there for you. It's spirit, it's your angels trying to talk to you. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, so in terms of day-to-day life, you might be struggling a little bit, Heather, trying to balance things, hold things together, while deep in the background there's a lot of turbulence, okay? And it puts you kind of on the spot where it's like, how am I going to get through day by day by day? Because it's all getting very confusing around here. Thank you very much. And I'm already doing the best that I can. Thank you very much. And it just seems to be going on forever and ever and ever and ever. I want some stability. I want to know what's going on. So, Heather, if you're kind of in that situation, guess what? There's probably millions of others as well. So you're not alone, okay? A lot of us are going through this, but the thing is, you're dealing with it, okay? This is the energy of dealing with it. This is the Two of Pentacles. No matter how, stressful it might be, you're actually doing it. It's like a high wire act. It's like, when you're on that big wire between huge skyscrapers, and there's just you and your feet and the big wire and that big pole, and you're just trying to balance it all, whoa, whoa, whoa. The thing is, you're doing it. You're actually doing it. It might be wobbly and weird and scary, but you're doing it. Okay. So that's pretty cool. What's the challenge? Okay. The challenge might be that you don't really want to do it because you'd much rather just be off the high wire altogether and just be able to hang out with the things that you love, the people that you love, the ways of life that you've already loved and known in the past, even if it might not have been that fulfilling, because with all this eclipse energy happening right now, it might be feeling like you're getting pushed and pushed and pushed onto this high wire situation where you really don't want to go because it looks so scary and weird and wobbly. The reason I'm using this analogy, Heather, is can you see this on the card here for the moon? Pretend like this is in a movie and that's a big skyscraper, and that's a big skyscraper, and there's a big wire going across the middle, and it's like one of those high wire stunt acts, and everybody's on the ground staring at you going, oh my God, is she going to fall? Is she going to fall? Is she going to fall? No, she made it. She made it. And you're doing it at nighttime because it's more spectacular and you have no choice. And everyone is going, oh my God, she's doing it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Go, Heather. Go, Heather. And the next moment it's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, Heather. Oh no, oh my God. But you're doing it. Okay? So the thing is, it's just like deep in the back of your mind, the challenge might be is like, I didn't want to be here. I know I didn't want to do this in the first place. But you have to focus because you don't have a choice. So in the meantime, you might be the challenges that you might be um, having to deal with things that you don't want to deal with, and realizing like, realizing when you're out there and there's nothing else out there except you and your instincts and your natural being holding your life in balance while you're, you know, balancing that big rod, that's you balancing it. You might come to the realization that um, like deep down there is a little bit of something missing, and it's there, but it might have taken this very kind of very scary life period right now, a scary experience, to wake you up to the fact that energy flows where attention goes. And of course, right now, you have to focus on staying balanced and keeping your equilibrium, even though you don't want to. Okay? That's what I'm feeling here. So the idea would be that perhaps if you realize it, like if you put your eye on the prize and like they tell you to do with those juggling things, you don't look down, you look ahead, and you focus on ahead and you focus on staying balanced, because on the other side of that big high wire act is where all the love is, okay? And that would show up here in this tiny little cup. So it looks very far away right now, but you can get there, okay? It's just a question of keeping going, doing what you're doing, even if it feels very scary and weird and wobbly. So how are we going to do that? Okay, you're going to fight on. Okay, this is a card to indicate that you might be absolutely sick of it, sick of doing what you have to do just to keep going. But the thing is, you can do it. You still have the energy, the life, and the resources to do it. So that's what you're going to do. It might be like you're at the very last steps, of going across. Let's say this is you, Heather, and you're already way, 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 way over here, and you're exhausted and wiped out. You can't take it anymore. But you're very close because you can smell it, and you just have to keep looking forward. You have to keep your brave face on. You have to understand you might be feeling really beat up right now and fed up and worn out and exhausted and maybe even depressed about all this. But there is hope, okay? There is hope, and you will prevail. You just have to keep going, okay? Just keep going, doing what you're doing. Focus on the prize. Here is the prize. The prize is love. It's self-love, understanding that it's a journey to get there. You can't just step from here to here. Like, here is Heather Mark 1. I just want to be Heather Mark 2. It's a journey you have to go through, no matter how scary, because there's no way to just jump from here to here. You have to actually go through the journey. And it's a long, twisty, windy, scary road sometimes. But guess what? You've got good company here, because we're probably all going through our own version of the same doo-doo, okay? Okay, Heather, I hope I didn't scare you too much. That sounded more like a Halloween reading more than anything, you know? You're starting to see that stuff come in the stores here in the United States. They have Halloween here, which is that spooky night where they celebrate the, I don't know, the dead or the witches and angels and whatever it is. I don't know. Rebecca, you're next, okay? After Rebecca, I might take a little break and put some music on and get a beverage, and then we can keep going, hopefully do a few more readings for a few other folks and see how we go, okay? Thanks, Heather. I hope you get something out of it, okay? I hope it didn't hurt your feelings or trigger any kind of like upsets or breakdowns, but so anyway. All right. Hey, Sandra, thanks for showing up. Sandra's in the house, people. Sandra, you've been so awesome, so supportive. It's really, really helped. You've probably noticed as well. By the way, you know what? I wanted to tell you, with all the donations recently and with a bunch of private readings and uh, salvaging the YouTube Terra Illumination channel, um, uh, I went crazy and got the new computer. So everything that's happening tonight is on a new computer, and it works so much better than the old clunker from last week or the week before. And it's really helping Terra Illumination. It's going to be a better channel just because we got a new computer, because this new computer is so much more powerful, so much more fast than the old clunker. So it allows the live streams shows to work better, and all the reports to work better, and the recordings of the reports to work better, and all the management stuff that Terra Illumination has to do behind the scenes to keep the channel going. It's just all working so much better and so much faster. So I want to thank anyone and everyone who put, helped out and put some money in the pot and the donation page and did all the private readings and the subscriptions and all of that stuff. I love you guys. I have this new computer now because of you guys, all right? So thank you. I'm going to probably have to make an announcement about that. Rebecca, you're up. Now, Rebecca, you know a lot about this stuff already, okay? So, if you want to call me out, you can. All right, I hope you can reinterpret this however it works for you. We're going to cut, okay, because that's what we do. And I'm really trying to break it up, all right? So we're going to have some fun. We're going to cut. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look. So, Rebecca, look. Regarding, let's say, circumstances right now, let's just say there's hope for, let's say, some blossoming love type energy to flow. But let's not make this too personal, okay? Rebecca, let's turn this into you. Maybe let's treat this situation as a chance for you to go even further on discovering, in this whole journey thing about self-love, where it's okay to admit that no matter how highly evolved you might be already, there's always more to learn when it comes to the energy of self-love, because the better you are and the more willing you are to learn about that and incorporate that into your life, the more loving you can be toward yourself, which means the more love you can give to others. So in other words, I am loving, I am loved. Be loving and be loved. Okay? It's a lifelong lesson. It goes on and on. Be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. And love isn't just a concept. It's love is an action. And actions are activated by our decisions, by our conscious decisions, or sometimes by our unconscious decisions, reflex behavior. But either way, it's the decision to put love into action. Love is as love does. Okay, Rebecca, that's all I'm trying to hint here. Love is as love does. Okay, love is the healing power of love in action. The action is activated by our decisions. That's all I'm trying to say with that little card. So you're in the right place at the right time now here with this little reading to understand that the concept that I'm talking about. All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? It doesn't matter what I do with the shuffles and the cuts, people. We just get repeat cards and repeat cards, repeat cards. So let's keep it really simple, Rebecca. If you're feeling spooked by what's happening right now, and no matter how highly evolved you are already, you still don't really fully get what's happening or why, guess what? It's okay. It's okay, because you're right on the tippy cusp, the very front cutting edge of your own evolution, the way it's happening right now, especially in regard to these really powerful lunar eclipse patterns that are unfolding. They're really strong and they affect everybody. They affect the whole planet, okay? So, no matter how much homework you do on yourself and all of that stuff, it could be feeling that you're still getting a bit hazed here. Or it could be that also at the same time, you're aware of what we just talked about, and you're allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the unknown, into the unconscious, and listening carefully, no matter how weird and scary it gets. Okay, so that's very brave. I applaud you, Rebecca. That's very brave because it needs a lot of courage to go forth into the night if you are truly determined to understand love at the highest levels. So let's see, what is the challenge here? The challenge is you would really like to have it just work the way it would work according to, like, let's say, your will, so to speak. So with the Four of Pentacles here, it's just that by going forward on your path of personal evolution, it could be destabilizing for your day-to-day world. So that uh, as much as you are determined to understand like the love dynamics that are going on, the real challenge is that the situation is actually kind of destabilizing, uh, to the point where it makes you like question your foundations, the whole, like the infrastructure of your life that holds it all together. And that's a problem that can feel very, very unsettling for people. It's like having a miniature earthquake, like, wait a minute, what just happened? I thought I had a really stable foundation to my life, and then you just suddenly discovered, whoops, that's a bit unnerving. Okay, so I understand that if you're feeling as though your foundations are a bit wobbly. How are we going to deal with that? Well, to me, it feels here with the Knight of Wands, it's just like, don't take it too personally. Just make a note that you might feel a little bit, uh, let's just say, destabilized. You might be feeling a little bit destabilized, a little bit disoriented and wobbly about things, but that's not going to kill you or stop your spirit or, get in the way. The Knight of Wands energy is here saying this. What I'm feeling, Rebecca, is like, you know what? It's almost like I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I need to do exactly what's right for me, and I'm just going to go for it. It's really, really important to honor myself, my own desires, my own passion, my own ambitions, and my own goals. It's really, really important to do that, because you might have a long-term tendency of perhaps in some way being a little bit innocent and realizing that you might have given a lot of love away for maybe not a lot in return. And that can be kind of an awakening. If you're hearing that from your inner voice and you don't like the sound of it because it makes you feel like things are unstable and what you thought was stable is no longer stable, that could be an indication, and maybe that is exactly what you needed to hear. That's what you needed to know from your subconscious. Um, but instead of taking it personally, treat it as a liberating new awakening, a liberating new awareness that says, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to let that stuff mess up my life. I'm going to go live my life anyway. I'm going to go out there, and I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to let anybody hurt me. I have decided that it's the perfect time for me to decide to let my passions rise, my desires, my goals, ambitions rise for me. Okay? It's fine to do that. It's okay. There's no shame in doing that. It's probably the healthiest thing you could do for yourself right now. Literally go for it, and like give yourself permission to go crazy about, almost like indulging yourself in what you've always wanted to do without having to second guess or get permission from anybody else. Okay, I hope that helps, Rebecca. Hope I didn't disturb any of the status quo here or shake the foundations too much. Okay, sorry if I did. I didn't mean to spook you if I did. And I didn't mean to get you overexcited in case I did. All right, I need a little break here, people. I'm going to pull some names. I'm going to pull a tune. Let's just put something. I want to pull on a little. I'm going to put on Hey Yo. All right, this is just, hey Steve, if you're still in the house, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put on this song that I wrote a couple of years ago for a girl singer, and nothing ever happened with it, but it was an awful lot of fun. And it's called Hey Yo, and it's a song for the ladies. And I hope you like it. Stay there, ladies. Okay, stay there. Let's have a look. See if I got it. Let's see if I can find it here for you. Yo, there it is. I'm going to click all these buttons. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Okay, here we go again. Okay, I have to close this out and start over. Sorry. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there, don't go away. Clickety click, clickety click. I'm going to try this. And oh, see if this comes up. Yes.
It was one of those days when everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight. School bus stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Alone in my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being alone. So they gave me the trip and false because you are the man you say you are. You love me too long. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
I'll be right back.
Leaving me rejected, then again pretending I'm so good like they all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Yeah, Steve, this is called cranberry juice. On this channel, it's called cranberry juice at this time of the night on the free channel, because we're allowing for the kids, all right? We're going to sing the song again because I still need to chill. Stay there.
It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight. School bus stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Alone in my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and I'm my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm so good. They all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Okay, I'm going to change the tune, people. I need a break. I'm still going through some names. I want to pick some names here. So bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, let's have a look here. I got to put up another. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to put on the bounce. I'm just going to put on the bounce because I need to get a little bit more chirpy and perky. Okay, so stay there, people. Let's bounce. I think that's what it is here. Okay, let's try this. Let's see how this works.
This is called the bounce. Way out in Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had, all along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes. Way out in Los Angeles, let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. So bow wow with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the west and east, and I've met beauty and the beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out as a simulator. I've been out to both of the poles. I know when you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. You got the words. Got the lyrics.
I need to pick one more here. I need another one. Minerva.
This is called the bounce.
Cecilia. Where's Cecilia? I know I marked out Cecilia earlier. Where's her?
Way out in Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had.
Hi, Sandra. Sandra, I know you get it.
With the anchors up in the Andes, way out in Los Angeles, let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. I saw Bow Wow with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the West and East, and I've met Beauty and the Beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out as a simulator. I've been out to both of the poles, and I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. You got the words.
Eric, I just saw that. $3.33. That's cool. That's really cool. I get it.
This is called the bounce.
That's the first page here.
Way out in Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had. All along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes, way out in Los Angeles, let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. I smoked Bow Wow with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the West and East, and I've met Beauty and the Beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out as a simulator. I've been out to both of the poles, and I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce.
Okay, that's enough of the music. Let's tell that guy to just tell that guy to shut up. Just tell that guy that enough is enough is enough is enough. Let's see how far we get, folks. It's getting late. It's getting really late. My little throat is kind of a little bit stretched at the moment. Now, for some reason, my screen has totally locked up. Okay. I'm going to reboot. Karen, don't forget. Oh, wait a minute. You know, the thing that pains me so much about doing these shows is picking the names. I was using my, crystal wand a while back, and then we started cherry picking for all the regulars. Then we started cherry picking for all the newbies. Tonight I've been kind of cherry picking in this kind of random way, and just trusting the universe. There's no plan to it. There's no order to it at all. Part of it is whoever screams the loudest, the squeaky wheel gets oiled. Some people, I can see their name. As soon as I write it, I know I have to read for them and things like that. I mean, people were putting in donations. I can't remember who it was who were doing it, so I don't know who to read for. It's just kind of like, I don't know what to tell you. This is, please try and understand that this is, Terra Lumination is running on an extremely tight budget with extremely limited resources here. On the other hand, we're actually doing it, and it's actually working. to some degree, and it's just all it can do from here is get better, so long as you guys keep showing up. So that's really all I care about, is that so long as I do a good job for you guys, then you show up. So let's just see. Let's just see what happens. So Giggle, just so that you know, I had to do a complete reboot on the screen because everything got frozen. Everything got locked out here. Oh, yeah. So, wait a minute. I wish I had the time to like hang out more on the screen and listen to all the chats with you guys, because there's some crazy stuff that comes up. But we had quite a few people in the room earlier tonight, and it's hard to keep up. So most of the time I don't really know what's going on. But now and again I catch a glimpse, you know, and it's sort of fun. All right, let's get on with it. Bianca, you're up. Yeah, go Bianca. Go Bianca. Heather, I saw your notes about being here earlier. I don't even know if I'm going to make it through all of these, you know. I've got 4 here, and I know you're up there, Heather Mocha. I know you're there. I know I saw your name. Let's just see how far we get. All right, so we cut. Did we cut? Yes, we cut. Wait a minute. I can't remember. I'm losing it. Sorry, Bianca. I'm kind of losing it. I'm going to shuffle again because I can't remember if I cut for you. So I'm doing kind of a really crazy, weird shuffle here just to really break it up. Now we're going to cut again, and now we're going to read. Damn. Oh, this is a 1-card cut. Bianca, this is a 1-card cut. It's very rare, so that you know. All right, here we go. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to deal with it? What's the weather like? Bam-o! Bam-o! Kerblam! This is a sacred card of opportunity, Bianca. Please understand, when the aces show up, it's like a gift from heaven. And the thing is, it's up to you to grab it, make the most of it. So I hope you understand that. And this is about a chance of a new start when it comes to the 3-dimensional aspects of your life, the stuff of life, you know, money, houses, cars, people, homes, jobs, even relationships that have substance and structure, the foundations of your life, the time of your life. Time is an incredibly valuable resource. All of that. This is a chance for you now here tonight to share with us and look at it as a new opportunity to start again, to do a complete new calibration. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Well, you're already hard at work at it. It sounds like you already fully understand what we're talking about here on this show. You totally get it. You understand, and you are all in, all focused. It's all work, 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 work. Now, of course, you don't want to beat yourself up, but it's very, very good in some ways that you're willing to do the work that has to be done in order to evolve, especially when it comes to your physical reality. If it's money, jobs, you know, getting better qualifications, looking for a better job, tapping into the skills and resources that you have, and working a lot smarter, not necessarily harder, but either way, putting it all together so that it works. So that's great. But what's the challenge? The challenge is that the way it feels to me is that you might be so wrapped up in all this stuff that you're scared that if you stop, everything will fall apart. And then what happens is that you won't have the ability to love or be loved. Okay, so with the Knight of Cups here in the challenge position, normally a Knight of Cups would indicate that you're perfectly willing to say goodbye to the wars and the battles, and you might be kind of sick of it all. And it's about time that you come home to yourself, love others, bring home. It's almost like, you know, it's just like almost the energy of a soldier coming home from war, and they just want to be with their family and their children and all of that stuff, that kind of energy. So the challenge might be that you don't want to do that. You want to be still fully engaged and making your life work better and better and better. And the challenge is that, uh, like, it's almost like, in some ways you kind of might have to stop a little bit. Maybe it would be like a smart thing to do to, you know, take the pressure off yourself a little bit. No matter how ambitious you might be, no matter how golden these opportunities might be, no matter how awesome the prospects might be, it could also be very important that you balance it out and give yourself a chance to give and receive love in ways that you haven't done before by deliberately taking a break from all the work and the pressure that you're putting on yourself. And that's a problem, because you might feel as though, what happens if I take a break? If I take a break, everything's going to fall apart. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Life is not supposed to be one completely 24/7 chore after chore, task after task, job after job, work after work. It doesn't have to be that way. A good, healthy, balanced life includes treating yourself really, really nicely, taking taking off your armor, taking off your robes, your work clothes, uh, your battle gear, and just flopping down on the sofa now and again and just chilling out, and allow yourself to nurture yourself, allow others to nurture yourself, allow yourselves to hang out with friends and family and to love and be loved. So if you're not doing that, well, let's just have a look. So, well, okay, well, I don't want to turn this into a relationship reading, okay? I hope you don't mind, Bianca. I just want to keep it wide. If you want to interpret this as a relationship where you have a chance to, maybe lock it down, make something real here for you, that's good, but you can't just um, force a, force something like that into being. A really loving relationship exists because it exists, and then once you recognize that it's there, then you fertilize it, then you nurture it, and then you work at it as something that needs care and attention on a daily basis. But you don't force it into existence by trying to push it in order to make it happen according to what you think would work for you. So in other words, the way to, let's just say, handle your situation here would be to, maybe take some time out and celebrate what's going on, to celebrate all the good stuff. If you have built up some stability and resources in your life, and you do see the potential of a new life unfolding, perhaps a very loving relationship that could be celebrated and enjoyed and shared with yourself and others, where you know, it's an amazing feeling, for example, when you're with people who love each other. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling, Bianca, but if you're in the company and the presence of a loving couple, it's an incredible experience, because that energy shines out and it radiates outwards. And my feeling here is that you have a chance for that yourself, but you might not be giving that or allowing that yourself because you might be so consumed in your day-to-day tasks. So all I'm suggesting is, if there is something beautiful out there for you and you want it and you deserve it and it's there for you, allow it to happen and celebrate that thing. And even to the point of having a party. It may take enough time out to have a party and really, really treat yourself. And you might be surprised how many other people think, like, wow, seriously, Bianca, it's about time. But we're not going to tell you how to live your life. But I think you would really, really enjoy something like that. I hope that makes sense to you, Bianca, in some way. I have no idea what was coming out of my mouth while I was saying that. I was just literally, my body was just a body, and my hands were doing what they do, and my head was doing what it does, and I was just tapping into these like little visions that I had. I hope you don't mind. I kind of got a bit carried away. All right, Bianca? And if that doesn't make any sense to you at all, maybe it's the perfect reading for someone else here tonight. Okay? We still got 30 people apparently in the room, so that's a lot for this time of night, frankly. So anyway, I hope somebody gets something out of that. I hope you got something out of that, Bianca. Oh, hey, Jessica, you're here. Hi. Good evening. Yes. You're turning into a regular, aren't you? So anyway, Laurie, you're up. Laurie, this one's for you. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. This is all okay. Laurie, I'm just letting you know in advance that when the cards start flying around, that means things could get a little wild. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I've got no clue about what's going to happen here for you. So we're really kind of going deep into it, totally blind. And I hope you can trust the situation enough. Even if it sounds crazy, it's here for you. We're here for you. We're doing this for you. All right, let's cut it up. So here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it, okay? All right. In the background, Laurie, so with the magician here, you might be in the right place at the right time to like start manifesting your power, like getting into it, like really like feeling it, like, oh my God, I can do this. I can really, really do this. I never really felt it before, but it's like, you know, when you kind of look outside and you see the omens in the weather, you see the clouds over here and the sky over there, stars over there and the moon over there, and chemtrails over here, and the meteor showers over there, and it's all speaking to you. And that's what I'm feeling here, is that the energy of the universe is speaking to you very loudly right now, Laurie S. It's saying, this is your time, seize your power, dare, we dare you to exercise your power. We dare you. Let's have a look. What's the situation? However, don't be too scared of this. With the Three of Swords here, it might be an understanding that it's really, really important that you acknowledge that there might be some deep heartache and pain in your life right now, and it's right in the surface. And instead of being terrified about all this, please try and see this as a way to reclaim your life, okay? If you are just realizing, or you've already become aware for a while, that there might be some kind of treachery or betrayal or some sort of uh, triangle going on in your life that has been very, very uh, like a surprise to you or quite painful, it might be such a shock to you that it's like, oh my gosh, huh, like in this extremely painful way, this is exactly what I needed to get me up and starting my own life so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. Okay. Now, also, it can indicate that you're perfectly aware of what we're talking about here and that you might need help. You might need outside help. It might be that you're already in something that's a very empowering situation, but there's something seriously out of whack and you need help to figure out what's wrong and how to fix it. That's all I'm suggesting. Um, if this is a really long-term chronic problem, then we need a different approach, okay? What is the challenge here going in? Okay, well, I'm really reluctant to call this a relationship reading, but it sort of seems that way. It might be that you're feeling very kind of tragically broken inside of yourself, and that you might be coming to an awareness how your own ability to empower yourself and manifest your life and world around you in a way that works for you is kind of like not working right now. And it's possibly because of an awareness, in like in the context of this particular little show with this particular little channel about tarot illumination and the whole idea of self-love, you might be coming to almost like this shocking awareness, like how little you have loved yourself, how little respect you've had for your own heart, and how you might have given it away, how you might have been betrayed by your own undoing. You could have brought on a lot of heartache and pain and suffering to yourself without even knowing it until it happened. And then you have this shocking realization that, oh my God, I brought this on myself. And that's awful. Even though it might feel as though it's been perpetrated upon you. I hope that makes sense. Gosh. We're talking about deep understandings of the law of attraction here, okay? So I hope I don't like confuse you, Laurie, but that's what we're talking about. So what is the challenge? With the world card here, the challenge is accepting and understanding that something really that you really loved might be over. Like it might be really finished, over and done for real. And that's a problem because you might not want that to be according to the will of Laurie. But if that's how it is, according to the will of nature and how the facts of life are coming out to you, and it's scary to you, that's understandable. However, it could be exactly what you need to like give you this massive jolt in life about, well, wait a minute, what was I doing all this time? Because in the end, it was disempowering. Look where we are now. It's like it's over, it's pain, it's suffering. And all the translation is that you might have been extremely skilled at disempowering yourself by allowing disempowering relationships to come into your life and your world in a way that you felt as though you had been disempowered by others, where in fact you just allowed it to happen to yourself. And so we come to this sense of completion where deep down you may understand that, you may know that, but you might not want to admit it because it's so shockingly frightening, simple, and true. And that's just awful. And it's the kind of news and information that nobody wants to hear. I'm sorry that I have to call it out this way for you, Laurie. I hope this makes sense in some way and that I'm not hurting your feelings. So how are we going to deal with it? Okay, you're going to have a little bit of self-respect here. You're going to understand that if things are over and this is a time for you to understand what's really going on, how the laws of the universe really work, how the energy of manifestation really works, even if it was a very painful, bitter lesson and the lesson is over and done with, going forward, the idea is that by respecting yourself a little bit more, demanding a little bit more respect for others, by being unwilling to like demean yourself for others or lower your standards for other people, that's the way to go in the future. It's about self-respect here. That's what I'm feeling with the Three of Pentacles, so that you start all over again, just going back to square one, doing the work on yourself, knowing that there's no way out of it. You have to start from scratch. Like start all over, new life, new work, new job, new relationships, whatever it is, and to reclaim your power, but do it in such a way that you're not giving it all away to other people. You are working in a way that you pay very, very close attention to the people with whom you associate, so that you only associate with people who really value you, who you are, what you do, how you do it, as opposed to just giving it away to everybody else, okay? I hope that makes sense, Laurie. Please, I hope it makes sense. I'm sorry if I just confused you. All right, Nat, you're up. Nat-L, Nat-L. Natalie, probably. I can't remember, so spaced up at the moment. Hey, Eric, good night. I want to say thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. And maybe I get to read for you another time, okay? Please remind me. I'm very, very absent-minded, in case you hadn't noticed. And I was kind of born that way. The beauty of it is that I have almost no sense of yesterday or tomorrow. And the only thing that counts is right now. So there you go. Thanks, Eric. See you soon, hopefully. If you need anything, just go to terralumination.com and we can follow up from there, okay? Good night. Nat-L, you're up. Okay, Nat, you're up. Oh, I thought you said you were going to bed, going home. Sorry, Eric. Oh, okay. Sorry, Eric. Well, just take the same message again for when you actually head off home, okay? All right, thanks so much for understanding. Wait a minute. Sandra keeps telling me that Giggle needs a reading. So I'll put the name here, but I don't know if I'll get that far. My voice is fading very badly. So I'm going to put it over here as a reminder. I'll put it under here in case we get there. Let's just see what's happening. Okay, Nat, you're up. Hold on. I need some more cranberry juice. Wait a minute, people. Stay there. Nat, you're up. Okay, here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Cut. And super cut. There we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it and what's going on. Look, so many repeat cards tonight, people. I don't get it, but I'm not even going to try to figure it out anymore. So, Nat, if you're in a situation where you feel there's something that needs to be enjoyed, like maybe even just appreciating yourself, giving yourself a big fat hug, this would be the time to do it. In fact, it might be a good opportunity to call it out and say, you know what? This is Nat, everybody. We're having a party over at Nat's tonight. And everybody here at Tarot Illumination, we're now inviting ourselves over to Nat's place because we're going to have a party with Nat. We're going to celebrate the awesomeness of Nat being Nat. All right? And maybe even that you want to share that with us. Thank you so much. Sharing your awesomeness with us would be the best gift you could ever do. Let's see, what's the challenge? What's the situation? Okay, people, I'm starting to freak out. How many times has this card showed up in that position tonight? If there's any mathematicians and statisticians here tonight, you would probably tell me, one, this is just as likely as it's not likely, or else you would say, this is statistically bizarre. I would like to think it's statistically bizarre. All right, I don't know what to tell you here, Nat. It's just like there's some epic part, big chapter chunk of your life that is basically over. And it's okay. It was beautiful. It's maybe you've lived through the whole of like Nat L, the series. Like it was a big Netflix series, okay? And it went on year after year after year. 10 episodes, 13 episodes a year for 10 years in a row. And all of a sudden, it's all over. There you go. But beauty is that something else happens next. What's the challenge with this? So maybe you're happy about this. Maybe this is time to celebrate. So because maybe this is the start of something new, because maybe you already understand deep down that everything's exactly as it should be. Maybe you already knew this was coming and you're just fine with that. So what's the challenge? Okay, the challenge is that it puts you in a position where you have to face up to transformation in ways that you may have never expected or planned or wanted. That's a problem, because the energy of transformation, as wonderful as it is, once it's completed, it can be very, let's say, uncomfortable as you're living through the transformation. If you use the analogy of the butterfly and the caterpillar, the butterfly, and the chrysalis, the caterpillar doesn't know it's going to become a butterfly. And when the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis phase, while it's inside the chrysalis going through this massive, tumultuous metamorphosis thing, it doesn't sit there thinking, oh gosh, I can't wait till this is over and I can become this awesome butterfly. It has no idea. But when it's over, it becomes the butterfly. And when it becomes the butterfly, it has no idea that it was ever a chrysalis or that it was ever a caterpillar. It's just how it works. So what I'm hoping for, Nat, is that no matter how scary this challenge is that you can kind of just accept it and don't worry about where you're coming from or where you're going. Just accept that you're kind of in the middle phase right now, the chrysalis phase where you're going through that metamorphosis. And if it's very, very weird for you, yeah, sure, it's challenging, but at some point, all of us face this energy of transformation in our lives. So all I'm suggesting is just be patient and live and go through it. So how are we going to do that? Bam. Please take this as an opportunity while you're in this chrysalis phase to do a lot of self-examination, No shame in this. Everybody has to do it. Where you go deep inside of yourself, take advantage of all these retrograde planets right now. We still got Saturn, Uranus, and we still got let's see, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto for all of this month. Deep, deep, deep retrograde energy, which is allowing you to transform deeply on the inside, which means having to do a lot of weeding, tucking, pruning, cleanup in order to move on, in order to, you know, remove the obstacles and the obstructions to your true sources of value, your true wealth, your true, let's just say, your true destiny of how things actually manifest in the material world. Please, I hope you see this as a really good golden opportunity. Yeah, it's work, but so what? Life is work all day, every day. You get up the moment you wake up, and then to the minute you go to sleep, you're working. You're working to be happy. You're working to do the dishes. You're working to drive. You're working to work and make money. Working to take care of kids and family and drive. You're working to have fun. All right. God, I hope I didn't scare you, Natalie. Nat L. Please, please forgive me if I did. Please, if this doesn't make sense to you, please bequeath your reading to somebody else, okay? In case it's perfect for them. Ellie, this is you. You're up. You're up next, Ellie. So again, Nat, with those, that's 4 of Wands there. If it's something to do with a relationship, please reinterpret the whole thing for a relationship if you have to, okay? I don't want to do it for you here live because it gets too personal. All right? So let's see. Ellie, what's up? What's going on? Eliana. Eliana. Oh, Eliana. Ah, Eliana. 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 Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's getting messy. It's getting a little wobbly over here. I'm really very close to the end of my resources here right now. I'm just letting you know, people, letting you know in advance. Okay? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I'm so glad you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. It's really takes the pressure off me because I'm just trying to focus on your readings. And I'm not really like a circus clown. I'm not like a little kids party holiday clown. I'm trying to actually provide a service to you guys that works. And so if you have wonderful ways to amuse yourselves in the background, that's awesome. Effing go for it, okay? It really helps me here. Ellie, you're up. Bammo. Curb blam. That's your cut. Here's the situation, the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Okay, what's going on? So, Ellie, with the 4 of Pentacles here in the background, like prevailing everything, to me it feels like you're kind of in a really good spot right now to just like be grateful. Be really, really grateful that for what it is that you do have that's working. And don't put too much pressure on it. Don't expect too much. Don't load it up with expectations from the past or expectations for the future. Just kind of like accept things for how they are and be willing to like gaze around and look at the world around you and see how beautiful it is in all its terror and in all its bounty and all its resources and all its opportunity, and then just own that and take that home with you as though you have your right to your own little chunk of happiness. Okay? All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, well, the Lovers here. If you want to see this as a relationship thing, fine. I don't want to do that. I just want to focus on the whole idea that, Ellie, you might be in a situation where you're having to make some really big decisions. If it's to do with the relationship, fine. If it's to do with like the whole idea of, let's say, making things work for you, however that would be, making amends, making things right, doing what has to be done to, let's say, be the responsible steward of your life. You have that opportunity right now, but it involves having to make very big decisions. And the thing about the energy of decisions, it has nothing to do with happy, sad, religion, conditioning. A decision is a time-based phenomenon where you basically say either through a million little tiny decisions, which always break down to a yes or a no. Even when you're making a decision not to decide, that's a decision. In other words, I reserve the right not to decide right now. But either way, it feels to me here that you're in a position where you're having to make some big decisions in life in a way that they are mutually exclusive. In other words, if you go this way, if it's with somebody, then it's not with them. If you go this way with them, then it's not with them. If it's to do with a job or something you have to buy or something you have to do, whatever it is, if you go this way, then it's excluding this way. That's all I'm suggesting here. If it is a relationship thing, it's very, very important to understand that if you go this deep with somebody, it's about giving all. This is not a relationship of convenience. It's a relationship on the understanding that it has a structure and identity of its own. And then when you engage to that level, you are bringing the best of you and the worst of you, and you're relating to someone else who's bringing the best of them and the worst of them, and you accept each other in your totality, okay? And nothing else will do. So what's the challenge with all of that? Okay, being willing to accept where this might all lead. In other words, the destiny of this thing, whatever it is, that involves big decisions, the fear of where this might lead. You might be absolutely terrified of the consequences of your decisions. In other words, what if I do this? Where does that lead? Or then what if I don't do that? What are the consequences? So that's big, okay? So Ellie, I'm not trying to scare you, but it's obvious that there's a lot at stake here, and let's see how we're going to deal with that. Okay, because in some ways perhaps it's a reality check. In other words, if we're dealing with a relationship dynamic and everything is coming to the truth and everything is being exposed and all the beauty and the love that was there, but if there was any kind of betrayal or treachery that was there as well, and it's all being exposed, and you're now having to make very big decisions, then okay, so be it. Because the most loving thing you can do in order to stabilize yourself is bring it home to yourself. Bring home what works for you. What is it that's going to work for you? Make the decision that works for you, Ellie, not anyone else, not them, not them. Do not compromise. If you have to, you know, let's just say that how to handle this, if it means accepting that there has been some kind of treachery and betrayal, either by yourself on yourself or what appears by someone onto you, there's no point in letting this own you or rule your life. It's better just to go back and make decisions. What are we going to do now? And the important thing is to, with this big, fat heart energy here, which is yours, don't allow this kind of stuff to happen again, where you damage yourself, you allow others to damage you, and that becomes your like standard operating procedure. It's not acceptable anymore. Now is the time to make big decisions, to love you first. Okay? All right, Ellie? I hope that helps. I really do. Giggle, I'm going to read for you, and I have a feeling this is going to be it. I don't think I can take it anymore tonight. I hope I don't let too many people down. I'm doing what I can to keep the free channel going and happy and fun. And we're going to have to stick together and do this tarot illumination thing long term, because for me to continue to provide a good service for you guys, it has to be it has to work so that the revenue comes in a way that's much more stable than it is now. And there are ways to do that, but it requires a huge amount of homework behind the scenes, and I'm really pushing the limits of what you can do on YouTube. That's the reality, okay? Tarot Illumination is just another, tarot channel, and tarot channels are tiny. microscopic compared to some of the big channels and the monster channels that are out there. Um, but the thing is, Terra Illumination is alive. It's actually working in very microscopic ways that are very, very unstable, but there's enough stability to want to carry on. And it's a question of carrying on in a way that works for the long term. So that's what I'm working on right now for you guys, so that it works for you and it allows me to continue to provide the service for you. All right, so Giggle, you're up. Giggle, you're up. Let's do this, all right? Hey, Natalia. That's a different Nat. That's a different Natalia from Nat L. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ellie. Thanks, Ellie. All right, this is it. This is it, people. No flyers, no jumpers, no reversals, no oracles. We're just stripped down. What we're doing here is storytelling, people. That's what it is. I'm just telling you all bedtime stories. Oh, look, a 2-card cut. Look at that. Look at that, a 2-card cut. Oh, wow. Cool. Really super cool. Giggle, you're up. Here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. What's going on? This is freaky, people. This is freaky. You get it? You understand what I'm talking about with repeat, 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 repeat patterns, repeat patterns? If anyone knows a lot about statistics and all that stuff, if you can make something out of it, great. Because I don't get it. I just think it's magic. I just think it's messages from heaven. I think it's the angels talking, working through me, through us, all of us. So Giggle, if you're not celebrating something, maybe it's time that you did. Maybe there's a reason deep down inside somewhere that you have a right and a duty and obligation to share a little bit of yourself with us, to party with us in ways that you've never done before, because we're kind of here in a little party. This is like a little mini tarot party. And maybe it's okay to just say, you know what? Wow, I don't care if anybody knows about like the inner workings of Giggle, because we're doing this live. This is fun for everybody. Like, I wish everybody could do this. All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? So with the 8 of Cups here, Giggle, it's, please don't get too hurt by this. It's an understanding that deep down, you already know that this is underway. I feel this is very much to do with the energy of the eclipses right now, and that deep down, you know you have to move on. You know you might be leaving a lot behind that you love very, very dearly, but you're not going to hold any grudges. You're not going to take it personally. You're not going to have to shed a box of tissues full of tears. Yes, you might feel it, but it's much more of a gracious energy of accepting that life is an ongoing journey where, like, you know, like a tree or a plant grows, where, you know, you shed bark and you grow new leaves, and then you shed leaves and then you grow new leaves, and it's a continuous process of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death on a regular daily basis. And the things that you leave behind, all that love that you leave behind, acts like fertilizer for the new growth. So don't worry, okay, Giggle, don't worry. You're just moving on, just like the rest of us. And you might feel a little bit lonely or solitary in that, but don't worry. It's, if you think of it as a group shared party experience, then you're not alone. Okay, you can do this as a team with support, on the understanding that we all understand this ourselves, because we're all doing this in our own little tiny way too. And so it's okay. Like, if you're feeling a bit scared and wobbly and alone about that, don't worry. Turn it into a party, because we're all scared. All right, what's the challenge? See, scared of going off on your own. No wonder. It's understandable. Giggle, if you are one of those people who just loves company, loves your friends, family, your situation, your co-workers, your siblings, your aunts and uncles, nephews, nieces, all of that, and yet somehow or other something is happening in your life where it makes you feel as though you're having to transcend that and move beyond and above that in some way, which could leave you feeling like you're leaving a lot behind, a lot of love behind, putting you in a situation where in order to evolve, you have to go on your own. That's scary. That can be very scary, but this might be the exact thing that you need right now so that you understand it's okay to be you. It's okay to be fully individuated as the completely unique being that you are, even if it means you have to go on your own journey to make that discovery. Okay? It doesn't mean that you're going to be alone and lost and left alone. It just comes to a fully understanding that you are your own unique being at the core, and that's how you always were, that's how you are, and that's how you always will be. And then it's a question of sharing that with everybody else so that you don't feel alone. So how do you deal with that? Okay, it might be the best way to deal with that, because with the Ten of Wands here, is accept that you might have overloaded yourself with lots of expectations from the past and on the present of what you're doing now and what you expect in the future. And it's almost futile. It's almost like a complete waste of time, and it doesn't make any sense. It might be much better just to accept that things really, really are over. Be graceful about it, accept it, let the love be. It's almost like, uh, when you really do have to say goodbye to someone forever and you know it's over, you do that, you give each other the biggest monster love hug forever, and you wish them the best. And then you move on and they move on. And it's like putting down a massive heavy load. Because if you feel like deep down you wish you could carry all that love with you all day forever, that ends up turning into a burden. You end up being burdened by the past, overwhelmed by the past, because of an unwillingness to let the past go, let the past be, let bygones be bygones, let history be history. So the way to handle it is to allow yourself to go into this new part of a life journey where it's okay to be you, and it's okay to individuate and be you, and then to share that with everyone else and not feel as though you have to carry all your history and all your baggage with you, because it'll just weigh you down. Start from scratch, okay? Giggle, I hope that makes sense. I really, really do. I can't read for anybody anymore. I'm wiped out. I'm done for the night. It's been wonderful. Oh, you know what? I know Sandra is going to ask this because she did it last time. Let's just do one little tiny quickie for everyone, okay? There's still 20 something people here. Sandra, I know, because this is what you initiated some time ago, and I thought it was beautiful. So let's just do this for the room. For everybody who's here tonight, one final farewell little mini spread. Okay, I'm barely going to shuffle. I'm so tired that we're going to do a little shuffle anyway. And we're going to read for everybody in here. So what is it we all need to know? What is it we all need to know here tonight? Okay, here we go. So before we all call it quits, call it a night, or call it a good morning, here's the situation. Here's our challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it and what's around us right now. Yeah. Okay, with the King of Wands here, let's just be grateful, everybody, that this is a chance here tonight where we can literally toast ourselves and say, you know what? Well done. Well done, everybody and everyone who's here, who's brave enough to willing to come to this little show where you're putting yourself right on the front edge, the very cutting your edge of your own evolution. And you're doing that with tremendous bravery and courage, because that's what you have to do to empower yourself, to bring yourself into self-sovereignty, self-ownership, and rulership of self, where you can live that out by example. Okay? So in other words, my feeling here is that tonight we are being called out here on Tarot Illumination tonight, and this includes me as your reader, to be our most ultimate awesome self and respect ourselves to the levels that we've never done before, and so that we become an inspiration to others, okay? So we can go out tomorrow, next week, we can be fearless in who we are, what we do, and how we do it, to the point where everybody is like in either extremely blatant ways or extremely subtle ways. They are aware of it and they feel it and they think, wow, Sandra, I don't mind hanging out with you. What do you want us to do? How do we do that? And then you offer that willingly. So what's the situation for all of us? We're all hard at work. Okay, that's cool. Makes total sense. It is a lot of work to do what we're doing right now. I'm exhausted. You guys are exhausted, but you're here anyway. Thank you so, so much. All right. And we're still at it. What's the challenge, though? Being appreciated and recognized, even though we're putting in all this work to, upgrade ourselves and honor ourselves and respect ourselves here as a group tonight, we sometimes might not feel it in a way that makes sense when we go back into the world tomorrow. In other words, like, is this really, really working? In other words, is this really all true? This self-love stuff, this self-respect, this taking care of yourself, this honoring yourself, respecting yourself, or is it just a whole load of grind that goes nowhere? In other words, having doubts about your own self-worth, your own mission, your own purpose, having doubts about whether you're with the right people. This is very much to do with making sure that you're hanging out with the right people. So if you're questioning that, that's a big issue. That's a big problem because that means self-doubt in terms of self-worth. How are we going to deal with that? Okay, you go back to square one again. You admit that you're a bit innocent. If we all are willing to admit that we're a little bit naive and innocent here, and we wouldn't be doing this if we knew it all. If I was already completely self-satisfied with my life, the last place I would be is on a Tarot Illumination Sunday night live show. I'd be out doing something totally different. But we're all here to grow and evolve and put the work in that has to be done. And that's just how it is. There's no point in being scared of it. There's no point in being ashamed that we're not all that we could be or should be or that we want to be. It's okay. We're accepting that there's more that needs to be done, and we're just going to go for it. We're going to go blind. We're going to go innocent, but we're going to do it with all the best of intentions, okay? No harm done, okay? It's the most loving things we can do for ourselves right now, even if we're going blind and going innocent, okay? So I hope that makes sense to everybody. Yeah, whoever said that? Eric, awesome. Eric is doing an amazing contribution here tonight. Thank you for being in the room, Eric. I totally get it. Love you for that. I'm going to have a little top up. I'm going to play another little piece of song here for you guys, so don't go away. Eric, I want to say that, like, you put some power in the room tonight. Like, you put you put your wallet where your mouth is, and you are spreading your love. You're encouraging others, and people are getting it. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put this old song on. I wrote this a little while ago, and I kind of did it for this channel because um, I really want this to work for people. It's on the understanding that we create our own lives through our thoughts and our words, our speech and our deeds. And it's very, very, very important that we honor our words, live our words, because our words, uh, we live by our word. I'm not talking about the word like, if it's like a religion thing. I'm literally talking about the words that come out of your mouth, the words that come out of my mouth, the words that come out of your mouth in ways that might be very, very, very subtle forms of self-defeating words. And you have to be aware of that because it's perfectly okay to speak words that are affirming, okay? I've had to do a tremendous amount of self-education here just to train myself to speak words that are not so um, offensive to the under 18 crowds or to the community guidelines. It's really hard for me because of the way I'm programmed and the way I'm built. I can use words that are very harsh and caustic. So I don't want to do that. I'm trying to up my game as much as you guys are. Okay, so that's why I'm going to play this little song for you. Okay. So here it is. Let's have a look. Let's see how it works. And I'm going to chill out a little bit. Hey, Mona! Mona! I just saw you on the board. Hi, Mona. Good morning. Norway. London. Let's see London. Who said in London? Sweden. Canada. If I missed anybody out, if I missed any countries out, please let me know. Australia, that's not Australia. Sweden. I'll get there as soon as I can afford a flight. As soon as Terra Lumination has enough money after I go to New Zealand, then we'll come to Sweden, okay? Inkbat, Norway. Norway. Germany. BSU 1960. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Did you see that on the screen? Mexico, Wales, Turkey? Seriously? Okay, I'm gonna change the song. I'm gonna say, okay, I can't hear that anymore. I can't take it. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play "Love Is the Word" now, since we're all here. I'm gonna put on another song. Let's have a look. Hold on. Oh, you were making fun? Wait a minute. What did you just say, BSU? I just saw that. Just you said something. Oh, we need them. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Okay. Thanks, BSU. So we were just having fun. Okay. No big deal. This is for all the people that are still hanging out. Even though the show is over, we're still hanging out. Okay, so I hope you're... Come alive before the sun does rise. When the sun does rise, I reach out for the skies. Opening my hands to welcome the day. Gathering the sun's rays behold my way. Vibrations battle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole, casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I always heard, resonating inside us. Love is the word. Moving every day, bring no accidents and lives. Giving thanks to heaven that I am still alive. Blessing my enemies, blessing the ones I love. Praying for forgiveness from any damages I've done. Vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole, casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I already heard, resonating inside us. Love is the word. Now the day is done, the moon is on the rise. My trials and tribulations all bottled up inside. I summon in the numb as I reach up for the skies. I command open and shine.
gone before my eyes. Vibrations through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by changing the world. The sounds of the universe, my own will be heard. Those inside us, calm is the word. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by changing the world. The sounds of the universe, I only will be heard. Because inside us, calm is the word.
Thank you, Steve. Cheers. This cranberry juice is delicious. Love is the word. Love is the word. Love is the word. Love is the word. I become alive before the sun does rise. When the sun does rise, I reach out for the skies. Opening my hands to welcome the day. Gather in the sun's rays before I'm on my way. Vibrations battle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by changing the world. The sounds of the universe, I always be heard. Resonating inside us, love is the word. Moving through the day, pray no accidents arise. Giving thanks to heaven that I am still alive. Blessing my enemies, blessing those I love. Praying for forgiveness from any damages I've done. Healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe, I all will be heard. Because inside us, love is the word. Now the day is done, and moon is on the rise. The trials and tribulations
vibrations all bottled up inside. I summon in the love as I reach up for the skies. I command all fear and shadows be gone before my eyes. And the healing vibrations spread through my soul, shaking out the voices, making me whole. Cast out diseases by changing the word. The sounds of the universe, I all will be heard. Inside us, love is the word. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making us whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. Yeah, yeah, love is the word. Yeah, yeah, love is the word. Love is the word. Yeah, yeah, love is the word. I'm just going to let it play one more time, guys, just because we're still here. There's a bunch of you still here, and I just want to stay. This is like our mini after party, you know. I become alive before the sun does rise. When the sun does rise, I reach out for the skies. Open my hands to welcome the day. Gather in the sun's rays before I'm on my way. Vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I always be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. Good night, Sandra. Thank you so much for all your support. Praying for forgiveness from any damages I've done. Vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. play is done, the moon is on the rise. Like trials and tribulations, all bottled up.
Good night, Sandra. Bye. Thank you so much.
I surrender as I reach up for the skies. I command open shadows be gone before my eyes. Healing vibrations wrapping through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by changing the word. The sounds of the universe, I all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the words. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. Love is the word. Yeah, love is the word. Yeah, love is the word. Yeah, love is the word. Good night, everyone. It's been a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully we can do this again and just keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it until I drop. So there you go. Make the best of it. Share the love, spread the love. Live the love as well, okay? Live it through your words, through your actions. Love is as love does. And we're always making those decisions all day, every day. I wish you all the best. I'm doing the best that I can, and I trust that you guys are too. Okay? Bye-bye. Good night, all. Good night, all.